Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you might be in this wonderful, 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 snowy, maybe sunny, foggy, overcast day of ours. Congratulations, you made it to Saturday. Saturday, the weekend is here. Good to see you guys. Fussmucker is in the house, and woo, five. Did you say 5 inches of snow? That's like Get out of here with that stuff. Get out of here with this 5 inches of snow. Maybe not even like the month you said, maybe like May, because we still get snow in May once in a while. Maybe not five, but definitely we've had Mays with a couple inches of snow. So, yeah, the East Coast is just going through their final kind of winter blast. The groundhog is saying, hey, I said 6 more weeks of winter. I'm at 6 more weeks of winter. And we're only about 3 weeks into that February 2nd. So good to see you guys. Sean, so with the Prime subscription, I can't even speak on this Saturday. I'm so excited. Sean, with the 12-monther, gone 12 months, 1 year. 1 year it's been already. High five there, Sean. From Colorado. I'll never forget that outdoor amphitheater, Red Rock, Colorado. So for you, Sean, a little bit of hound dog to celebrate your 1 year anniversary.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. No, you ain't ever caught a rabbit, and you ain't no friend of mine.
All right. Thank you again, Sean. Yeah, time goes by quickly. It's just amazing how time flies by. But you've been here almost from day one, and I want to thank you for the views and watching and the comments and participation in the bounties. And I always look for that Washington Park Rangers whenever I'm in tournaments because I know you're part of the Hound family, and you have been now for a year. So I don't know what the first year anniversary is. It's probably paper or something like that. So, next time you're at Walmart, just pick up, a little key tab and say that one's on lap. You got a bunch of paper. Guys, it is affiliate gone wild day. Yeah, affiliates have gone wild. Those youngsters, those millennials, those Zoomers, they've gone wild because we have the pop-up underway. I don't know if you guys were able to get into this one, but kind of a cool pop-up, all cards post 1990. So more modern, I guess, for guys like me, but more historical for guys that, are in their 20s and probably even in the 30s. So it started a couple hours ago, and they're just getting into round two. So this pop-up played at Wrigley Field. And again, 6 different affiliates contributed cards to this. Naspace, AZ Axel, Tetsuiji, Cavacom, Yukaren, Kazami, and I rock this. All said, Lap, can you make sure this card is mandatory? I want this card as part of the tournament. I said, any card you want, any card, even if it's an iron. And some of the affiliates said, okay, I'll take you up on that. I'm going to give you a Ryan Friel. I'm going to give you a Kenji. I'm going to give you a Mike Lowell. And then we got to Kava. Kava says, I'm not gonna take one of those low level cards. Lap, no, give me a banger, give me a high one, give me a diamond, give me a Blue Jay. And of course, he got the John Olerud. And then AZ Axel had a few choices, but the way these pop-ups are set up, you can only have one per position as a mandatory card. So once someone took a third baseman, no one else could choose a third baseman. Once someone took a first baseman, you couldn't take another first baseman. They could only program it for one position for the mandatory card. So that's why you see all the different positions here. And Cavacom originally wanted Roy Halladay, but Naspace already had requested Roy Halladay. So I guess Cava kind of got 2 cards because he wanted Halladay and Olerud, and both of them are in there. And Naspace got the banger, the big one. I'm going to use, young people terms. Don't get salty with me. Don't you get salty with me, mister. Did your grandma ever say that to you? I don't think so. My mom never said that to me. Lap, don't get salty with me, son. No, she used my full name and she gave me the look, and that was usually enough. That was usually enough. Did you start early? No, I didn't start early. Saturdays, the last couple Saturdays, EVC has been out of town. And so I wanted to start in his slot because the PTCS and the PTMS finals usually come on when I am on later in the afternoon. So last week, the PTCS was on in the afternoon. This week, the PTMS will be on in the afternoon. So I figured, I'm going to go a little earlier. So I went, around this time, 11 a.m. Eastern, or a little bit after that. So welcome all in music lessons. Music lessons. I got to go full screen for this. Music lessons. We got to give a huge round of applause, even if it's virtual. I know I usually do this for subscribers, but I'm going to give you the hound dog treatment here in music lessons.
Crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Crying all the time. No, you ain't ever caught a rabbit, and you ain't no friend of mine.
And why am I giving music lessons a big shout out? Because over the last couple of tournaments in the Lap Daily, that's very difficult to win. His Portland Llamas won back-to-back. Only one other team has done that, and that is Charles. So I'm going to put you in the Charles basket. Don't take offense. Please don't write me nasty letters because you're in the basket with Charles. He's a nice guy. Don't worry. So yeah, the Portland Llamas and music lessons have won back-to-back Laptop Hound dailies. I know one tournament they took Don't Cut the D Block Dragon out, and one tournament they took me out. It was in an earlier round. It might have been yesterday or the day before. One of these 2 days, you eliminated me. So music lessons, extremely well done. This is a trajectory for you. I see promising things for you in OOTP 25. And, if you ever win a PTCS or PTMS, give me a shout out, okay? shout out one of those elementary school teachers that helped get you into the winner's circle in, that, what do they call that? The winner's Kentucky Derby. What is that horse racing stadium? Racetrack, whatever it's called. The elite of the elite. If you get their music lessons, well deserved. You've done really well, and you said you're like a sponge and you soak in a lot of things. Well, I'm kind of like grade 1 or 2 and 3 sponge. And then, there are those that know the game much more detailed, the modelers and people like that help you guide you along in your high school years. Don't forget your elementary school teacher music lessons. Kava, yeah, you and Kava were in the finals on Thursday, and then you and Chess Safari were in the finals yesterday. That's Chess Safari's Krabby Ball players. So you've come up against a couple community members, and yeah, you did beat the Dick Shot Dugouts in the semifinals on Thursday. So, there are a lot of good teams in this tournament. There are a lot of teams that, have said, Lap, this is a tough tournament, but it's a tournament I enjoy, so I keep entering it. And for you to win back-to-back, like I said, Charles is the only one to have done that. And now 2 people in the same month have won back-to-back. So you're going to have to start streaming and telling us your secrets. Congratulations. All right, let's get to the show. The show, shall we? Well, before we get to the show, I'm going to send out the entry form for the pack opening contest. So if you want a chance to win 10 standard packs as we kind of close down the cycle here, let me send that out. And there's 3 different streamers on right now. There's FKN Commish, EMLB, Spores doing some of the early PTMS stuff. And this is my time slot, so I came on because I had some things I wanted to get through, and I gave up last Saturday for the PTMS. I gave up last night for Dr. Dynastics charity drive. So I thought, yeah, I got to get on. I'm itching to do a little bit of streaming. So thank you guys for choosing to watch me on this Saturday morning. And I hope I can reward you with some packs throughout the show today. So we're going to copy this. We're going to put it in the chat. Cavacom is in the chat. Go check Cava tomorrow with his Sunday coverage. No Super Bowl this week. So Cava will be on as long as he needs to be. And also, don't cut the D-Block Dragon on at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Cava, if you missed it, we were just talking. I was congratulating Music Lessons, who won back-to-back laptop dailies. And one of them was against you. So Cava, because of that second place finish and because of your one victory, you've moved up in the standings again to number 4. You're tied for 4th. But look at those llamas. The llamas now are 1 point above Charles because they have a second place finish and they have a third place finish and 2 firsts, and Charles has 2 firsts and a 4th. So this is a close race. In December, the Dodgers ran away with it late. The January winner was Makadkar, who ran away with it about halfway through the month. And this month is really tight. It could be anyone, and it could be someone that has not won a tournament yet because we still have 14 days to go, I believe, because it's a long month this month. February 29th will be the last one for the Laptop Hound Daily February standings. So again, enter the form there. Fill out the form for the pack opening contest. Let me pin it. And we'll get to that a little bit later. Welcome in. Saturday. Cheers. I've given 2 Hound Dog cheers today. One to Sean Sull, who subscribed for the 12th month. Sean's 1-year anniversary. There's only a couple people that have been here over a year. One is myself. I started streaming in late September of 2022. So I've been streaming about a year and 4 months that I've been streaming. So that would be 16 months. And Cubs fan Steve is my longest time subscriber. I think he's at 15 or 16 months. EVC is number 2. And I think Sean might be in the number 3 slot right now. Andy, I think from Sheffield, is very close to a year. He might be over a year now. So there's about 4 or 5 people that have been here almost from day one. And can't thank you guys enough. And if you're ever in the Alberta region, get a hold of me and I'll take you out for a beverage because you guys are fantastic. I'm no number. Oh, I was going like, I'm no number 3. I'm no number 3. We present the bronze medal in the Laptop Hound Olympics to Sean Sultan. Congratulations on the bronze. I was going to say, you love it, her? I know I had the long hair at one point, Cubs fan Steve, but come on. I thought the deep voice would give it away. Yes, Cub fan Steve in the house. And that's what I mean. I mean, there are multiple streamers on right now, and you guys have come to watch me. And, I've cried in movies. I've cried in situations in life. And this is one of those that definitely, if I focus too much, could bring tears to my eyes. Yes. And I do not apologize for that. So thank you again. Congratulations to the Portland Llamas, and good luck if you're still entering the tournament. Hope to see you in the winner's circle soon. Speaking of tournaments, let's go back to where I want to go. Where I want to go, Lap? Where do I want to go? I had it up here somewhere. Is it there? No. Is it there? No. Maybe because I closed it down. Did I close it down? There it is. I talk to myself sometimes. It's comforting. So today's tournament, the Affiliates Gone Wild 1990 and later, and we're not going to do a bounty today because I don't think there's enough people here. I just don't think we'll fill it. And it's always fun when the bounty fills quickly and we can find out the results before the end of the stream. And I don't think we're going to have enough to fill it here. But maybe if we get a raid over in the next hour, maybe we'll start one up. So stay tuned. So yes, this was a weird draft because you One thing is you only got 6 catchers, 6 first basemen, and I almost forgot about it. I almost was embarrassed because I got to round 10 and I was like, "Hey, who do I pick? Who do I pick?" Well, there's this catcher here. I already have Kenji. I think I can wait on a catcher. And then I looked over and saw it was my 6th catcher already. And I think, "Oh, geez, there's only 6 catchers in here. I better take one." Nicolino, who's in the tournament, said he entered and he forgot to get a second catcher. So I wonder how many teams out there forgot to get their second catcher. A lot of pitchers, you would have seen a lot of pitchers when I was watching Warbot yesterday. They were drafting and they were getting all these pitchers. So I'm wondering what the strategy is in those early rounds because you only get one perfect, one diamond, one gold. You go because you're getting Roy Halladay. You try and get a perfect and a diamond and a gold pitcher and just load up on pitching, knowing that there's some pretty good silver and bronze hitters out there? Or do you load up on big quality hitters to take advantage of the weak pitching that people are likely to get after Roy Halladay? That was a tough one for me. I'm curious in your guys' thoughts what the strategy is, if anything, or do you just pick the best card possible? But if you have a choice between, the new Warren Spahn and the new Adrian Beltre in your perfect round, you go and try and maximize your pitching to be stronger, or do you take Beltre? It's a tough one. They should do a countdown. I agree. Some sort of or maybe on the screen, like if you're in round 9 and your last catcher pops up, maybe his name is in red or something, and you look at and you see all the red guys and you go, "Oh, these are my last choices for this position." Something visual. It needs to be something visual to remind you because, yeah, we often get stuck with one catcher. And sometimes iron blesses you and you get like some guy that is a first baseman that can catch, but that doesn't always happen. So yeah, this is the tournament going on now. This is the Affiliates Gone Wild. And speaking of, people, longtime subscribers, like I said, every chance I get, I like to honor people like Sean and Andy and EVC and Cubs fan Steve and those subscribers working their way up to a year. And this is one way that I had an opportunity to do that because I was asked to choose a ballpark. And I thought, we're in post 1990. What kind of ballpark do I want after 1990? And I went with Wrigley Field. So hope you guys are doing well. And fill out the form. Yeah, fill out the form for the pack ripping contest that we'll do in just a little bit. We do have a raid. FKN Kamish is in the house. FKN. I don't know what FKN means. I can take a wild guess. It means freaking amazing. That's what I'm guessing. So a little bit of hound dog for FKN Kamish. Raise your glasses.
Hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. No, you ain't ever caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine.
All right, Kamish, thank you for the raid, and I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. We're just kind of going over some of the laptop pound things, and we're on a break. So those of you that raided in, enter the contest. Enter the contest right there. We'll be back in 2 minutes' time, and maybe we'll do a bounty. Yes, we will do a bounty. Darn nabbit, bounty coming up right after the break. All right. Welcome back in after the break. Good to see you guys. And again, thanks to the commish who rated in just before the break kicked in. Jay Swishman 33 is in the house. All right. Well, that's going to be easy to remember because I have a Lord Christic 33 who's often in the chat. And now I have a Jay Swishman 33. I don't know which 33 would win out in an all-out duel. Would it be Lord Christic or would it be the Swishman? I don't know. All right. So again, a cheers up, glasses up to the commish. We gave him a little bit of hound dog love. And go follow the commish. Go check out EMLB. What a great immersive community experience. And the commish does lots for the community, for fundraising, and puts on a good show. Okay, the 1990 and later. Don't get salty with me. Don't get salty with me. That's the name of this tournament, and I've advanced to round 2, large part due to a team of Gym Unknowns in round 1. So I got an easy path in the first round. Yes, teams enter and then they forget to draft. So I was able to win 26-0, 32-0, 38-0, 38-0, which again inflates the stats for sure. And in round 2 now, I'm taking on the Warren Tanks. We're at war, folks. I'm against the tanks, unless they're water tanks. Then I'm not as afraid. But they beat me 7-3, and then Roy Halladay came back in game number 2 with a 4-1 victory for the Rocky Mountain Gladiators. So again, we're still quite early in this tournament. 128 teams still remain, so we'll check back in on that once it gets a little deeper in the draft. Looking for some familiar logos. Yeah, there's just way too many. This is like a Friday night showdown where Dish reads all the teams, and no, I'm not going to do that. I only have a certain amount of time before Tesuiji comes on at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But you know what? We are going to do a bounty, and I did post in the chat the entry form for the Guess the Cards contest. So click that little pinned link there and fill out the Google form, and you have a chance at winning 10 packs. So good luck on that. And GT Sundown is down 2-0. Promising things, GT, for the Expos. The Expos' future is looking bright, isn't it? Starting to get some of the players that you drafted once you came into the league as the Expo manager. And we've got some good drafts over the last few years, drafted players. They're starting to develop. They're starting to come into their own. I think I'm going to make my first appearance in AAA this year. So give it a few more seasons and we're going to see the Montreal Expos make their first playoff appearance. It's going to happen. It will happen. So if you want to get involved in the bounty, and then we're going to rip some packs. Here is the bounty rules for today. You want to win 5 packs? Five packs for you? Knock me out. Come on, Swish Man, I dare you. Come on. GT Sundown, bring it. Fussmucker, Sean Saul, dare you. Knock out the hound on a weekend. It's the weekend. I'm fresh. Yes, OOTP 25. Once we're done the bounty here, I'm going to talk a little bit about OOTP 25. Ooh, I even did a YouTube video on OOTP 25. Just a short, like 15-minute video. So if you haven't followed me on YouTube, every once in a while I do some videos there where I give away some packs for the game because they allow me to do that. And I did a video when the news came out on Friday. So you have some free time. It's only about 15 minutes. Go check that out. But yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit later. So this is Perfect Draft, Double Elimination, 179. 179. The Rangers are in. Now, this is double elimination, so it's not whoever beats me in round 1. It's who knocks me out of the tournament. So you have to be the manager that defeats me for the second time in the tournament. And the rules are simple. We're going to follow the don't get salty with me rules. You can only draft cards 1990 or later. So we're kind of going with that little bit of a modern flow. 1990 or later. which again, some of you are not on this earth plane in 1990. You were born after that. Playing in Citizens Bank Park. Looks like it's very home run favored. So we want a lot of home run hitters, especially those at, well, it's pretty balanced, but maybe some righty home run hitters. Yes, we will talk about T25. Oh, less than a month away. All right, 1990 or later. So that should be pretty easy because every round we get all these cards. Now, is this the new Mike Schmidt? It is, right? Yeah, it's got to be. Yeah, because the other one was the tops one. So we're going to go Mike Schmidt. Oh, he's not 1990 lap. Good thing I checked. He's 1981. Well, that sucks. I want to redo. Where's my mulligan? Refresh the screen. I still think they should do that. There should be a refresh, a mulligan button. And at one point in the draft, whenever you want, you click refresh and it refreshes that one, and then the button disappears. So if you get into like round 13 and you forgot to draft a catcher and no catchers show up, or round 12 or your perfect round, you hit refresh. Because sometimes your perfect round can make the difference. If you don't get a good card in your perfect round, it's tough to compete sometimes. All right. So there are the rules. If you want to get in on the bounty draft, where are you, Warbot? Come on. Come on, Warbot. Where are you? I dare you. Bring it. Warbot's probably still asleep. Billy Hamilton, I can't take. Ivan Rodriguez, I can take. Let me know who your perfect picks were, guys. That's true. If you make a mistake during the perfect draft, it's not a perfect draft. That's true. They don't give mulligans on the PGA Tour. That's true. And we're going to take A-Rod, I believe, 1996. So a couple Rodriguez, synchronicity, take a drink. For those of you that are just recently following me, anytime I see some sort of synchronicity in the game or in the world, I always say synchronicity, take a drink. So I drafted 2 Rodriguez. To me, that's synchronotic. Take a drink. Unless you're consuming alcohol this early in the morning, you might not want to drink every time I say that word because you won't make the end of the stream. David Ortiz, 2001. Be well hydrated. Yeah, you would. Who are you guys perfect? Did I miss it? Who did you guys take in your perfect round? I'm trying to distract you. Those of you that are still drafting. Who'd you take, huh? Who'd you take in your perfect round? Ortiz, and let's go with 1990 or later, so obviously future legends. Let's go with Walker Jenkins. Now, this one's going to be tough. I might have to take some live players. Cade. Yeah. So we made it to a round where there's only one historical from 1990 or later. So I'm just going to take my backup catcher, Adley Rushman. Now I got 2 catchers. Cabrera, Ugla, Belcher, 1989. I can't take Alvin Davis. So I guess we'll go. Oh, I can't take Belcher. Takovi? Oh, can't take Takovi. Bill Buckner? No. Everyone's from the 1970s. I swear. Okay, this is not on purpose. Alvin Davis? No. John Mayberry, 70s. Buckner, 70s. Takovi, 70s. Belcher, 80s. Wendelken. Okay, I can take Wendelken, and I'm pretty sure I can take Cabrera. Do I have a shortstop? I do. Do I have a second baseman? I don't. Okay. Freeman and Andrew Jones. You got the Freddie Freeman PT Elite. Bryce Harper, baseball reference, and a couple Andrew Jones in the outfield. All right, give up a hand for Brad. And I think Carl Edwards, no, Clippard. Ooh, a lot of good choices here. Caminiti, the good Caminiti 2000. Look at this. Look at this compared to the perfect Ken Caminiti. Ken, you're on. Pen in hand, Caminiti in hand. Mitsui. Reyes. I see a lot of chatter about this gold Reyes. Is this like a bottleneck card or something like that? Why are people like commenting about Reyes on the card shop? I didn't do a deep dive into it. What is the theory on Reyes? Clayton Kershaw and Dustin Pedroia. I'm closing my eyes, drafting a Red Sox. 1990. Barry Bonnell, no. Cal Reniff, no. Hub, no. Robin, no. Brooks, yes. Brooks, yes. It is a bottleneck, Sean. Oh, how do I only have 2 starting pitchers? I do not just have 2. I swore I took more than that. 2, 5. Okay. I better get a couple in the last silver round here. Ben Brown and AJ. No, Chris Taylor is better, probably. Let's take Chris Taylor. Scott Rowland. And Kevin. Remember, this is a double elimination. If you knock me out of the tournament, if you are the team that gives me my second loss, you will win 5 packs for knocking out the Hound. You can only have cards 1990 or later on your team. So if you accidentally drafted someone that doesn't meet the qualifications, sit their butt on the bench. They do not qualify. Bobby Estelela, I'm sorry, my friend. I draft you every time I see you, but I cannot today. I got to draft 2 live players. And I still only have 4 starters with 2 rounds to go. Santana and Hernandez. That gives me 10. What year are we in? We are in modern era. So I still need 12 pitchers with 2 cards to come. So I got to take 2 pitchers. Ankiel. Is it Juan, then Hobie Harris, Devin Smeltzer. I think it's probably Devin Smeltzer so far. Kevin Herget. Ooh. Smeltzer or Herget? Controls better on Herget. BABIP's about the same. Smeltzer's splitty. Stamina, I think we're going to go Herget. All right. Go and set my pitching. Ask the bench coach. Not very confident in my pitching, so it could be an easy bounty for you guys today. Could be an easy bounty. We're going to go with the Mr. Black sliders. Mr. Black was on the show about a month ago for his final appearance for OOTP 24. And one thing that he recommended was your intentional walk, you crank up intentional walk. So we're going to do that. We're also going to set opener lineups in case any of you guys try to be fancy with me. Opener lineups versus righties versus lefties. Never forget to do that. Any modern tournament, you can go into your strategy and it will have a pull down menu, whether you want to set opener lineups. On default, it's on no. Always just go and set them, especially in like a weekly tournament, a tournament with a big prize. And then go into your batting, hit opener lineups, go to custom, and you want the opposite of what it's showing. So this says lineup versus left-handed pitchers. You want paste right-handed pitchers. And then do that for the other side of the plate. That way, if someone tries to get fancy on you and throw in an opposite opener, you got them covered. Just a little thing you can do that may or may not help you out. I do it. I just get in the habit of doing that. It will only be in tournaments, though, where openers were part of that era. So it won't work in dead ball or anything probably before 1990. Got your two catchers. Yes, there are 12 in this one. All right, there you go. Bounty. Get involved in the bounty. Let me copy that and put it in the pin chat. Copy. Paste. Go. Let's pin it. All right, we got the pop-up we'll check on from time to time. We got the bounty. Yeah, it's only got 5 people. I was thinking we might not get a lot of people in the bounty today because, again, multiple streamers. But I'll still honor it as long as they've met the requirements. So if anyone's joining later and just drafts whoever they want and they knock me out, well, then we just don't give out any packs today. That's the way it's going to go. But if it happens to be GT Sundown or Sean Saul or anyone else that has entered, then you'll get the packs. Okay, as I said, we are going to open some packs today. 201 packs, most of them gold and silver, but we're also going to open up a spotlight pack and a rainbow pack. So again, the form is in the chat. That's this one here. We have 17 entries. Let me invite you if you just joined in. Copy. 10 packs for the winner. There it is. So you can join the bounty to win. You can win by entering the contest here. You have to answer about 6 questions plus a couple tiebreakers. Will I get one of the perfect legend ratings cards? And I don't need to look at GT Sundown's response because he'll say no. I know. I will bet you a Montreal Expos hot dog that he said no on that. The first pack with 1 live gold card, will it be from the National League or American League? The first Expo or Blue Jay, what will it be? Historical card. Will it be a Blue Jay or Expo at any level? My first single live diamond, will it be a pitcher or hitter? What will my first historical diamond card be? Low diamond or high diamond? And other than the rainbow pack I open, will I get a premium pack? That means 3 cards, gold or higher. It could be 3 gold, 2 gold and a diamond, 2 diamond and a perfect. 3 cards, gold or higher. Tiebreakers, what is the rating on the card in the top left corner of the first pack? And in the rainbow pack, what is the card rating in the bottom right corner? That one's a little trickier. Could be the perfect card in the bottom right corner. Could be the diamond card. Could be the gold card. So you have to keep that in mind because that is the rainbow pack. So we'll leave that up for a couple more minutes. Out of the park baseball. You guys are, unless you've been working all week and you haven't had a chance to look into OOTP, there it is. Out of the Park Baseball 25 officially has been released. Save 30% if you pre-order it now on the desktop version. If you're a Steam user like I am, I prefer Steam. All my games are in one place. If I ever switch computers, they're still all in one place. You can wish list the game on Steam. It is there. You go find it on Steam, wish list it, and that'll guarantee you get the 30% off during the launch week. You can't download it. The drawback to Steam is you can't play the beta version because if you pre-order it on their site, you will get to play the, I'm sure it was posted here somewhere. Let me find it. You will get access to the final beta version on March the 12th. Yes, 72 hours early, you will get to play the game. If you get the desktop version, you will not be able to do this with Steam. Steam does not release beta versions. You will get the release of the final product, or I guess the worldwide release on March 15th. So it's kind of like, do I want to play the beta and get it on my desktop? Do I want to keep it on Steam? Or do I want it on both? Hey, pre-order on both. If you want 6 perfect teams, you can get both. Also, if you pre-order, not only will you save 30%, which works out to $34.99 American, it's $45.49 Canadian. So again, depending on the country you're in, you're going to have different exchange rates. You could do it through wire transfer, PayPal, credit card. So many different ways that you can get the game. You don't need to put a promotional code because it automatically will deduct the 30% off. And yes, the game did go up in price. The game went up in price to $49.99 from $39.99. However, with the discount, they're giving you 30% off instead of 10% off. Usually it's kind of 10% off. So again, with inflation, go buy a loaf of bread. Go buy some oranges. Go fill up your gas tank. Things go up in price. Power in Alberta, Canada here, people are paying anywhere from $700 to $1,000 for their power bill. It's ridiculous in the winter months, especially during that cold snap when we were minus 50. Like things have gone up. So yes, they did raise the price, but as long as you take advantage of that early bird purchase, you're going to save 30%. And then throughout the year, they have discounts as well. During the All-Star game, during the World Series, during Black Friday, Christmas, they always discount the game from time to time. So what are you guys most excited about? Are you base game excited? Are you PT excited? It was funny because I recommend, if you haven't already, go listen to the recent podcast that Rich Grisham did. Our wonderful head of everything, OOTP. Rich Grisham did a podcast with Sporer, and they talked about some of the features that are coming out. They recapped OOTP at 24 a little bit. They talked about the path, the road of information that they're going to release. So yeah, it's a good 50-minute podcast when you get some time when you're in the car. The good thing about the podcast is you can download them if you want on your device. So you don't have to have live access to Wi-Fi. You can just listen to a downloaded version as long as you do that beforehand. And that was a good podcast to listen to. There were some things I didn't know about the game. So you might want to listen to that. Maybe the most controversial thing they announced, even though I don't think it should be controversial, I guess a change you might have to get used to is there's not going to be any PT Plus. OOTP 25 will not give an option for PT Plus. And Rich and Paul talk about that. They explain the reasonings why, so you can listen to the podcast. So yeah, when it comes out, don't expect to be able to purchase for $6.99 extra things for the game. Not that those things won't be there. It just won't be there through PT Plus. But go listen to it. The development lab for the commish, yeah, I'm betting those base game players, the online league players, are going to really enjoy that. Let me find that area, the development, right there. So they did show one screenshot, kind of different sliders and things you get to do in the development lab. Always, when something like that comes along, it's always cool, but it's always like, ugh. If I mess with it too much, am I going to be worse off because I don't know what I'm doing with the development lab? Am I going to, if I would just would have left things alone, my player would have developed properly. If I mess with it, is it going to regress? So yeah, obviously you got to, test things out a little bit, but it gives you the opportunity for individual programs for players. So if a guy is poor in eye, maybe there's something there to work on eye. You want to develop a new pitch for your pitcher. Maybe he's aging. So maybe you want to try and get him to throw a knuckleball off speed, work on his changeup, velocity. It's all there. Even building up stamina, which is pretty cool because when you do a lot of drafts, there are so many relief pitchers in drafts, so many, and they all have these low stamina. But we've seen in real life that a lot of stars that eventually became starting pitchers started off in the bullpen. And like Pud Galvin, if you play with him in the base game, he comes in with a stamina of like 15. Pedro Martinez comes in with a stamina of like 20. And you're reliant on the base game to make them as good as they were as starters, which doesn't always happen. Here, if you get a Pedro coming in with a stamina of 20, you can build up his stamina through the development lab, which is pretty cool. All right, we're on our next break here, guys. When we come back, we will close off the Google form, enter it now, contest. Predict what I'm going to open up in my 201 packs. Back in 2 minutes.
I am strolling along, just minding my business, humming a song. I'm happy by myself, not a care in the world. This is a life, just me, myself, and I. I am watching the clouds up in the sky, all but laughing out loud. I'm telling you why I'm living the life, just me, myself, and I. I used to think that life was cold and lonely when you up and left me, sadness overwhelmed and me. I am out and about, painting the town red. I'm coming around, there ain't no doubt about it. I'm no longer blue, so glad we are through. Just me, myself, and I. Cried, I thought I'd die without you. Those tears are gone, no, I don't even care about you.
All right, a little bit of old school music during the break. Got to mix it up from time to time. Here is that player development lab we were talking about. Very easy up to the hard levels here for training someone, the amount of time it's going to take for them to build that up. And we can't click on the pluses here, but I'm sure if you click on these pluses, you can fine tune the training that you want to do. So yes, you base game players, you online league players, I'm sure that's going to add a whole new dimension to your game. And then Kamish is going to have to figure out, okay, how do I run this with my community-based players? Do they have to spend points if they want to train them? Do they get to train them for free? It's going to add a whole new dimension. And I don't envy you, Kamish, trying to figure out a way to implement this training system into your online league. But very cool. Sean mentioned the sandbox. This is so far. Okay, here's the thing. On the podcast, they mentioned that in OOTP 23, when it was released, they didn't give you any information early on, and people didn't like it. In OOTP 24, they told you everything on before the release day, and people didn't like it. So apparently they've given us some details, but not all the details of what you're going to expect in this new version of the game, which I think is a nice balance. some of us want to know everything right away. Some of us like to be, teased along the way. But I'm glad they told us about this sandbox. Like Sean and all you guys that are part of my stream and other streams that listen to people talk about cards and this card's better, this card's better. Could you imagine as a streamer, when I start up my stream, I say, okay, guys, here we go. The Tuesday Treasure Trove has just come out. They're in game. Let's do a sandbox experiment. Who wants to be part of it? And 6 guys, enter in. So we have like an 8-man tournament, and we run the cards that we think were the best from the Tuesday Treasure Trove, and we see what the results are. And then we analyze the results. And especially if we're allowed to pick how long each series is, like if we can say 8-man best of 3, that'll be done by the end of the stream, and we'll be able to look at the results. Here, okay, Laptop Daily, here's the new era, here's the new ballpark. Let's do a sandbox on day 1 with that era, with that ballpark. I don't know how specific it will be in terms of what it will let you choose. I can't see them allowing you to choose any ballpark or any era, because that would probably be a lot of programming. Maybe it's going to be very simple to start off with, but it's still going to be very, very, very cool. Premier League Saturday morning for Captain Kegleg. They will likely be banned from player development. Oh yeah, that would be a tough thing to do. Yeah, that'd be tough to implement. And the Bruins are playing the Kings. Yeah, they have the early afternoon. Captain, I don't know if you saw the stream where I was wearing my Bruins cap. The Bruins were my first ever favorite NHL team. Before Alberta got any NHL team, it was the Bruins. And, the Don Cherry run teams of the 1970s, against those, to me, the Montreal Canadiens were the New York Yankees. They always won. They had dynasties in the 70s, and any team that could beat them. And so Boston went up against them often in the playoffs. So I'd be like, go Boston, go Phil Esposito, Bobby Orr, Stan Jonathan, those kind of guys, John Wensick, Terry O'Reilly. Just great team, physical team. And yeah, I was a big Bruins fan. And then when I moved to British Columbia, I became a Canucks fan for a while, in the old Canucks uniforms with the V, the black uniforms with the orange and yellow V. And then when I went to university in Alberta, I supported the local team, the Oilers, and they were in the mid 80s at that time. They won a couple cups. They were the dynasty, and they had all those Hall of Famers that everyone knows by first name: Wayne, Mark, Yari, Grant, Paul. So the Oilers have kind of been my team, but I still have the Bruins, and I still have the Canucks that I secretly cheer on as well, as long as they're not playing the Oilers. And the Bruins do play the Oilers next week, I think it is. So that'll be I don't care who wins. I still want the Oilers to win, but if the Bruins win, I'm okay with that. Yeah, still remember the Canucks beating the Canucks for the Cup. That was, I think, 2010, wasn't it? 2010. We had the riots in Vancouver. Game 7 was in Vancouver. Tim Thomas, man, he played lights out in the playoffs. Tim Thomas, of course, Cam Neely kind of run team. I think he was the general manager. Might still even be the general manager. Not sure if Harry Sinden was still involved or if he stepped down by then. I think he was probably still involved. But yeah, you had Patrice Bergeron, Brad Marchand. Bruins have, and even this year, how are they doing it? How are they doing it losing Patrice Bergeron and a few other players? Taylor Hall's not on the team anymore. How are they managing to do this? Just Bertuzzi, Tyler Bertuzzi's not on the team. He was on last year. They just, year in and year out, they're near the top of the standings. So definitely a contender for Coach of the Year. I think Philadelphia's, pulling horseshoes out of their butt this year. Vancouver. So my 3 favorite teams, Vancouver, Edmonton, and Boston, are, playoff potential cup favorites again this year. Yeah, Krejci, he had a lot of injury problems later in his career. He left. I don't know how they're doing it. But anyway, yeah, the sandbox will be really fun to kind of test out along the way. And the other news was the Hall of Fame. And on the podcast, Rich was extremely excited. He was like a kid in a candy store when he was talking about this, because he's been working on this for a long, long time, a partnership with the Hall of Fame. And how they incorporated that into the game is going to be extremely interesting, because they're going to have access to exhibits, they're going to have access to plaques. Maybe perfect team champions get like a Hall of Fame plaque in the game. That would be cool. So I know they have physical trophies, but heck, if there's some sort of tab in game where you could click on champions and you see like Rocky Mountain Gladiators on a Hall of Fame plaque with maybe the team logo instead of the face. So many things they can do with this Hall of Fame partnership that they have, let alone the cards that they can make, the card art. You know for sure we're going to see some of those plaques as part of card art. I would not doubt if we see like a Jackie Robinson Hall of Fame plaque as the card with, 100 at the top. Extremely cool. So there you go. You're also going to get some bonus packs. If you pre-order it, you'll get a 25th anniversary pack. We don't know what's going to be part of that pack. I'm assuming maybe they'll have retro cards. Maybe they'll bring back like card art from a 2021 Ty Cobb. That would be cool. That would be cool. I just thought of that at this moment. In this pack, you have card art from previous versions of the game. So 97 Diamond 2020 Ty Cobb card, or a 2023 Jackie Robinson OOTP card, or the Babe Ruth Platinum card from 2023. That would be cool to be in the anniversary pack. You're also going to get a free diamond pack and a free gold pack. So your perfect team is going to be out of the gates real quick if you pre-order, because you're going to get a free diamond pack, a free gold pack, plus you're going to get the loyalty packs. Remember, all the loyalty packs you get, usually you get a couple gold, maybe a diamond, depending how many games you bought in the past. I bought them all. So every loyalty pack available, I'm going to get. And I think last year it was like 2 diamond, like 3 gold. It was pretty good. So those you playing perfect team, you're going to have some good opportunities to advance early. And also on the podcast, they announced that we're going to be able to play right away, right on March 15th, where in previous years, you'd get in the entry pool and you'd have to wait till Monday. We're going to be able to compete for prizes, for packs, for whatever the new prizes are, right on March 15th, which is, what is that day of the week? What is March 15th? March 15th is Friday. So right on Friday, March 15th, we're going to be able to play. So get your loyalty packs, get your free packs here, pre-order. It's a no-brainer. If you plan on playing anyway, get it now. Why not? And again, if you get it on Steam, you'll be able to download it March 15th for that same 30% off discount. 100 Berry Bonds. Yeah, I think they still have some limitations. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be in this pack here. 100 Ben, yeah, why not, right? Fussmucker, why not have the meme cards too? Ben Sheets, Shane Baz. This year it would maybe be Ken Caminiti with Ben Sheets. Why not? Throw those guys in. It's the beginning of the game. If they're bad, well, so what? They're still good for that first month, first couple weeks. Yes, March 15th, we got a Julius Caesar, a Shakespeare fan out there. Okay, so there you go. Hope you're looking forward to it. Oh, the road, the path. Oh, this was cool too. I don't know if this is the final version, but when you open a pack to be able to see the player ratings and not to have to right click to sell a card, but to hit the little sell button right there. The only thing I hope they put on this as well, if they could put the last 10 price on it at the bottom so that we kind of know which cards are selling well just by looking at them. That would be really good too. So if it has all this plus the last 10 selling price, go like, oh, he's selling for 2,500 as a live card. I want to sell him. Make some perfect points. Also, it doesn't look like they're going to give you the option of selecting which packs to open. I hope that's improved a little bit so that I don't have to scroll over my 1,000 packs to look for that diamond or that perfect one. It's hiding in there somewhere. I hope they give you the option of picking the level of pack you want to open. But I thought this was a cool little improvement here too. Shakespeare? Well, he was a literary character. He wouldn't be a catcher. He's full of tragedy. So he would probably be a poor fielding shortstop. That's probably what Shakespeare would be. A shortstop with very bad range. The road to release. So this is what you should be marking on your calendars. The first big piece of information we're going to get is on February the 26th. It's not part of their news article here because I don't think they have the date set in stone, and it will not be a live show. It looks like it's going to be a recorded show. So February the 26th. So that is a week from Monday. We're going to get some information. The one, the only, the affiliate, Mr. Dynastic, will be interviewing Marcus Heinsohn. He will be kind of the voice of release. He will be doing a few release videos with some of the important people, the development people, the Marcus Heinsohn. So stay tuned for that. The first one is going to be on the 26th, and they're also going to feature the trailer that day as well. So interview with Marcus and the OOTP trailer will be coming out a week on Monday. The screen that says select next pack instead of oak. Oh. Okay. Yeah. So I'm assuming, Cubs fan Steve, that if you click open next pack, it'll just go from lowest pack to highest. And if you click next pack, selecting, I'm assuming it'll take you back to that regular home screen where it shows all your packs and you pick the one you want. Because it doesn't look like this is a pull down kind of menu. Just the way the button's shaped like that, it looks, if you click that, it's going to take you to a different screen. If this was like a pull down, then that would be cool, where you could select diamond packs. Yeah, that would be cool. And then on the 28th on Twitch, live on Twitch, they're going to talk about some more of the new features. So that'll be on February 28th is a Wednesday. On March 6th, I'm sure Rich Grisham will be on to talk about the Baseball Hall of Fame partnership on Twitch. And then the one that kind of we're probably the most excited about as PT players, March 11th, Monday, March 11th, 9 p.m. Eastern, Paul Sporer will be on to reveal Perfect Team 25. What is the new tournament structure? What are the intro cards coming out? What will league play be like? All that kind of stuff will be coming out on Monday, March the 11th. Oh, so close, guys. So close. Also, there might be some odd pop-up streams coming up throughout the next month. So stay tuned on the forums, on the Discord, on all their social media accounts, Twitter, all that kind of stuff, as we celebrate 25 years with Out of the Park. And Captain Kegleg, yeah. Captain Kegleg, we got to give the captain for all his behind the scenes work yesterday, for all the donation work, for all the support, for all the advertising, and sacrificing his hair. A little bit of hound love for Captain Kegleg.
Crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. No, you ain't ever caught a rabbit, and you ain't no friend of mine.
All right. Yes, over $1,000 raised in the it was like close to a 6-hour stream. I think maybe even over 6 hours. I think went from noon all the way till the Friday showdown. So yeah, about a 6-hour stream. So good stuff. Good work from all of you. Thanks for all of you that have donated, and let's move on. Monday, another date to mark on your calendar. Monday, my stream, I'm going to start a little bit earlier. I'm going to start at noon Eastern time. Usually I start around 1 o'clock Eastern. I'm going to be starting up at noon and going all the way until the Monday night pregame show. And you don't want to miss it. Get here early because I will have special drops. OOTP has turned on special drops for the final pop-up of the cycle. You can get up to 14 packs over the course of the 5 hours. But because the timing of when they're released, the first 4 are every 15 minutes, and then they're every half hour, and then there's double drops after the first 2-3 hours. So you kind of have to have your stream on almost for the full time to get all 14 drops, because it will take between 4 and 5 hours to get those 14 drops. And this will be about a 5-hour show. We're going to have at least 3 or 4, maybe 5 special guests popping in. So some that have been on my stream before, some not that have not been on my stream, but we're going to have some guests popping in throughout the 5 hours. And we're going to do a bunch of random giveaways throughout the stream when mullets were cool. Again, if you haven't drafted your team, don't forget, because it fires off tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern. You got to have that team drafted by 8 a.m. Eastern. Don't become a gym unknown. Get that team drafted. How long will I be muted? Well, maybe, Cubs fan Steve, that might be one of the giveaways. I can't give away all my secrets. Come on. What is it? It must be about 7 days without Lap being muted. Charles and other people have been muted more than I have. So I feel pretty proud of that. That Lap mute emote that Jeff Steele Flex and all you guys like to fire off is getting lonely. Hasn't been used a lot recently. Now, of course, it's going to happen later today. So yes, check in on Monday, noon to 5 Eastern Standard Time. Drops, guests, giveaways. We'll track the pop-up tournament all the way to the final pitch. We're going to be here until the tournament wraps up at around 5 p.m. Eastern, give or take half hour, depending on how long the rounds go. If every round goes 7, if it's a best of 7, if every series goes to 7, it's going to go to its maximum time. But if some of the rounds only go 6 games or 5 games, then the tournament will end a little bit quicker. So stay tuned to find out. I think that's all I wanted to go over there. I think so. Okay, time to close off the forum. We have 19 responses. So if you are just joining in now, it's been a while since I advertised this. So I'm going to advertise it for like 3 more minutes, and then we're going to close it off. So I'm going to go check in on the pop-up. Don't get salty with me. For those of you that might have come in late, here is the form. 10 packs on the line, survivor style types of questions. So as the break plays on, I'm going to go into the pop-up. I'll show you some of the things from the pop-up. We'll close off the form, and then it's time to open packs. And you guys are going to bring me all the pack luck to get at least 1 legend. Be back in 2 minutes. Thanks for joining in. Glad to see you guys here. Join the bounty if you still want. Still some spots open. Thanks again for hanging out with the Hound on this Saturday. A lot of things to talk about. New game coming out, new tournaments here. We got the pop-up, and Cub fan Steve, thank you for being the inspiration for this ballpark, because apparently, as of now, Wrigley Field really likes me. Look at this. In today's pop-up, don't get salty with me and Ryan. I need one of those cow salt licks right next to my mic. I need my salt intake. Yep. Get dehydrated. When you drink coffee, you get dehydrated. So I need coffee and a salt lick. Ooh. Oh, no. I hope that doesn't happen. All right. Look at this. I go to game 7 of round number 2, and I score 1 in the bottom of the 9th to tie it in game 7, and then 1 in the bottom of the 11th. This usually doesn't happen to me. Usually I'm on the opposite end of it. So Roy Halladay would not get the win. He would go 8 innings. Simber would take the win. A iron pitcher that I drafted probably in the last round comes through for me with that low pitcher BABIP. He gives up 1 hit, and that is it. And he will take the win. How did I score that last run? Who got it here? Who got it? Was it a Tesuiji card? Was it a AZ Axel? Who am I going to guess here? I think it's going to be Mike Lowell for Yukarin Kazami. Let's see who drove in the winning hit here. Bottom of the 11th. Strikeout for Kenji. Single for Lowell. There you go. Chris Young takes a walk. Cabrera comes in for the Tanks. Barnes strikes out to make it 2 out, and I rock this. You are the best. Your card choice, who everyone probably laughed at and said, Ryan Friel, who would pick an iron card? He's not going to play in this tournament. He's not going to do anything. Well, baby, I'm not calling you guys baby. Baby, Ryan Friel singles the game 7 extra inning winning run in for the Hound. I rock this. This one's for you, man. Cheers. Oh, yeah. On to round number 3, which means I'm guaranteed at least, what do we got here? Guaranteed at least 2 historical silver packs. And now I go up against the Toledo Mud Hens, thanks to Ryan Friel and Chicago's Wrigley Stadium. The Mud Hens, game 7. What? That to me, if I lose a tournament now, at least I had a game 7 walk-off by Iron Ryan Friel. Where am I on here now? Who am I playing? Where is that gladiator symbol? You passed it, Lap. I know I did. At least twice. Where is it? Gladiators. Gladiators. Where's that flex? There he is, over here on the right-hand side. So I'm playing Toledo, and they went 7 games too. Right on. Good. So they don't have any rest. And in fact, they've gone 7 games and 7 games. So I might even have a little bit more of an advantage up against Toledo. And if I win that, then I'm taking on the winner of this MIS and the Cadets. So the Washington Cadets and the Mishawaka Red team. Okay, so let's check out those Tanks from, no, not the Tanks. I beat the Tanks. Toledo. Pitching, oh, this is what you get when you play 7 games. They're tired. Oh, Toledo, please tell me you have as much orange and red. Toledo. Well, at least it's pretty close. Thankfully, they went 7 games. But I went extra innings, so I probably had to use an extra pitcher. They did not go extra innings. So Toledo, what's your lineup look like? Not too tired. Gonzalez and Olivares, a little bit tired. And for me, I've got Gonzalez and Kenji tired. So the first game has come in. I got to do, now's the point where maybe I got to do a little micromanaging. So let me go back into it one more time. Making it to round 3 is a victory for me. Don't get salty with me. Thanks, Cub fan Steve. Hope, I did win game 1. Ooh, okay. And now I have my number 4, Clevenger, live Clevenger coming up. Oh, okay. This is where I got to bench some guys. I'm willing to sacrifice game 2 rather than losing 4 in a row. So who am I going to bench? Bautista, 1 game. Kenji's rested. Austin Barnes, you're going to rest 1 game. Kenji's rested, so that shouldn't be a problem. Ryan Sweeney, 82. Brett Barbary. We're going to force rest you guys 1 game. Mind you, I don't know if I want to do that because anytime I make changes, I go on a losing streak. I don't want to hit submit team because then the game might recalculate me as being the champion. So I think I'll just leave it and I'll go with my global strategies and trust those. Let's exit out. Global strategies should take things over. Yeah, it looks like our bounty draft is not going to fire off. We only have 5 of 16 teams, so I don't think we'll be able to do anything there. I was hesitant on doing it, and then the commission rated over, and I thought, well, maybe we'll get a few more participants, but not quite. Happy Saturday, all guys. We've talked about the new game coming out, some of the new features, the sandbox we're looking forward to, and now we're going to go and close off the form and rip some packs. So let's do that. Again, we should be raiding into Tesuiji in just over an hour's time. All right. Who was it? Was it, let me guess. Who is it? Charlie Coyle. I'm going to go Charlie Coyle. The Kings did hire a new coach, but they did get smoked the other night. All right, 10 seconds. If you're in the process of filling out the form, you got 10 seconds. JVR, former first-round pick of the Philadelphia Flyers. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. This has been up for over an hour now, so I think we can close it off. Unless you're still filling it out in the chat, just say, wait, flap, wait. Of course, I would give you a few extra seconds. Seeing no wait, take a sip of coffee. All right, pasta. Pasta reminds me of a Leon Draisaitl. All right, 24th entry came in. Rob Deere in Headlights is still filling it out. Okay, I don't see his name show up. Rob, even though you teased me out about Dave Stieb, even though you say he's going right to the bullpen in the pop-up, I'll give you a few extra seconds to fill it out. Submitted? Oh, you did submit? Okay, we're done then. So let's take a look at what you guys are thinking. Will I get one of the 15 perfect rated legend cards? Remember, there is a rainbow pack. There is a spotlight pack. I'm surprised 10 of you went yes. So thank you for your positivity. First live gold card. We have most thinking it's going to be National League. Will I pull a Blue Jay or Expo historical card? First one, 71% are going Blue Jays. I'm thinking Expo. The first single diamond card will be a hitter, live diamond. The first historical diamond, you guys are going with the odds of a low diamond. And other than the rainbow pack, will I get a premium pack with 3 gold or higher cards, 62% are saying no. I'm thinking yes. And then the tiebreaker, 41 in the top left corner up to 70. And bottom right corner, the rainbow pack, 48 all the way up to the perfect card. One person thinks that perfect card will be in the bottom right-hand corner. Okay, well, let me just create my sheet now. So we have that ready to go. Good luck as we open in your quest to win 10 packs. And we might even give out a bonus 5 for second place if it's really close. If we have a really close battle, we might give out an extra 5. And again, if you're just tuning in, Monday, 14 packs by watching the stream. Some of them will be silver packs, guests popping in, and other random giveaways. So if you don't win today, check in back again on Monday, noon to 5 Eastern Standard Time. Let's open some packs. And again, we have about an hour to get this done, which should be perfect timing. And at the end, after we're done, we'll award the prizes. We'll take another look at the pop-up, and then we'll raid over to Tesuiji. Most of these, again, are silver and gold. I do have a few standard packs I've collected over the last week, but most of them will be silver and gold. So the tiebreaker, top left corner, is a Willie Jones 60 overall card. So there's tiebreaker number 1. We're starting with 1,062 packs. So minus 201, that would give us 861. Yeah, 861. So we will pull up until that moment. Again, if I get any really good duplicates, I'll put them on the card shop. Otherwise, we're just going to rip. First live gold is Jordan Montgomery. That is from the American League. So those of you that said American League, congratulations. That was question number 2, I believe. So first question was, will I pull at least one of those 15 legend cards? Second question, the first live gold from the American League. Hugh, Nico, Charlie, Lee. I'm gonna put a little bit of soundtrack in the background. Just have a little bit of music. If it's too loud, then let me know. Okay, all live here. Looking for historical. Looking for Blue Jay. Expo. Goaltender interference? Yeah, that sucks, especially when it's in the playoffs, Captain Kegleg. That can work both ways, right? Goaltender interference, sometimes they call it, sometimes they don't call it. I just want them to be consistent. I don't care what the rules are, but make it consistent. Okay, what else do we got going on? Yeah. Why players and coaches look at who the referees are before the game, because they've got a book on the referees. They know who calls cheap things and who lets players play. They know. Still have not hit an Expo or a Blue Jay historical. Bobby Lau, if you're missing this Bobby Lowe card, he's going for 220, but for you guys, in honor of Swishman 33, we're going 133. Almost half price if you need that bronze Bobby Lowe. Sometimes goaltender interference are so blatant and they let the goal stand. And other times it's, the wind knocked the goalie over. No goal.
Manners and language makes a grown man sweat and plus my honeybee. Ain't nothing she would not do for me.
Blue Jay Expo Historical. That's the next key one I'm looking for. Or a diamond card. We still haven't had a diamond card. We got a Giants, we got a Royals, we got a Boston, Cardinals. There's our Expo Historical. Our first card was an Expo. Henry Rodriguez. Expo Historical. Actually, it was, I missed it. It was Charlie Lee earlier. So regardless, it was an Expo. So 2 Expos in a row. So if you pick the Expos, you're in good shape. That was question number 3. So if you picked that, I would open a live American player and an Expo Historical. You're in pretty good shape to win this thing. Oh, thanks, Captain Kegleg, for the hockey. Yeah, it's a little more adult oriented. It definitely is fun chatting with the panel there. They have their opinions and we have our debates. And I try to keep them under control as much as I can. But thank you for for coming out and checking it out. We got our usual crew there: Fussmucker and Pops Dongoria and Boiled Egg, and Leo Remus is usually there. A few others as well. So, all right, Diamond. Either way, this is an answer to a question. It is a historical, the first historical diamond. Will it be low or high? It is 95 or higher. So we have that question answered. So we're only looking for a legend card, a live diamond, or a pack with 3 or more gold or higher. Feels like old times, yeah. It's not, as polished as most podcasts out there. But I think we put out a good show and an interesting show, and we try to keep it to 60 to 90 minutes, which isn't always easy when you get into these discussions. Randall Grichuk. We'll put him on the card chart. How is the music too loud? Not loud enough? Just right? I don't want to blow your guys' ears out. That nice pace? A little loud? Okay. We'll go a little softer. Jimmy Brown. Kevin Gaddis. What's he worth now? 83. So yeah, the Oilers play Dallas tonight. That's going to be a tough series. Okay, our first live diamond card. Will it be a hitter or a pitcher? It is a hitter. It is a hitter. Mark that down. Hitter for live diamond. So we only have 2 questions to go. Will I pull a legend? Or will I pull a pack with 3 or more gold or higher? Legend's going to be tough, but we're going to get into the silver packs pretty quick here. Ivo Goodman, another good bronze card. Still looking for some of those treasure trove cards too. Always forget to look for those. Carlos Santana. No, I want the silver Santana. Gold card is Alcantara. Yeah, with football season now, a little bit more spotlight on hockey. Of course, pitchers and catchers reporting. We're going to see a lot more baseball news coming out. It's playoff build-up, trade deadline for NHL coming up in a few weeks. Carl Everett, I do not have yet. It's an old card I don't have. Tommy Leach, we can sell you, Tommy. 500, too high. 333, just right. But man, as a kid, you're enamored a lot more in players in the game. And, watching hockey when I was 8, 9, 10 years old, collecting cards, opening packs, was such a magical time. And when you watch those Boston Bruins, you admire them for their toughness and their grit and their speaking of toughness and grit, Cub fan Steve, here's one for you. Synchronicity with the Chicago Wrigley Field Stadium. We pull a Hack Wilson on Chicago Day. Best card pulled so far, Hack Wilson. And is he a duplicate? He is not. But I will take it. Okay, this week is looking like it might be a pretty good week for pack pulling. Ventura, we can sell him. 80. All right, we're at the 1,000 pack mark. We have a break kicking in here, so we'll be back in less than 2 minutes' time to continue on our adventure. See you soon. Welcome back, guys. Happy Saturday. Hope you're relaxing, doing something fun, drinking something pleasurable, and sitting out in a sunshine beach somewhere in Florida. Oh, no, that would only be Cubs fan Steve. The rest of us are still in winter. East Coast getting hammered over the last little bit, so enjoy the digging out. Enjoy the 5 inches to 5 feet of snow or somewhere in between, wherever you may be. Hopefully spring comes sooner rather than later, and baseball is almost upon us, and so is OOTP 25, almost here. Yeah. We're starting a trend. Every time I open a pack, you have to take a drink. I hope it's non-alcoholic. That's all I can say, because we still have 139 packs to go. So I hope you have a big container and a salt lick. 169 drinks on the wall, 169 packs. Open a pack, get all duds. 168 packs on the wall. Open a pack, get a gold. Live Alex Vizia. Pass it around, take a drink. 167 packs on the wall. You guys weren't joining in. It's no fun singing along. Okay, so yeah, we're looking for a perfect. We're looking for a premium pack. So I don't need to focus too much on which cards I'm getting. Best pull so far was the immortal Pac Wilson from the Chicago Cubs. By far the best pull so far. Come down quite a bit in value. He is a diamond card, so he's not going to get you over 20,000. Unless it's a mission stopper, cards are pretty cheap right now. Another live diamond. At some point, the game is going to say, Lap, you have too many cards. Hey, this is the guy that got me the win in Game 7 of round number 2 of the Don't Be Salty With Me pop-up. Yes. Shout out to Adam Simber. If you're watching, Adam, thank you. Not only do you perform on the field, you perform virtually for my team today. Adam Simber, bottoms up. Oh, there we go. There we go. We are at our pack limit, 9,999 cards. So that just means I do need to do a little bit of quick selling. As we pause and reflect on Adam Simber and his wonderfulness. Adam Simber, if I ever see your jersey at Goodwill, I'm picking it up and I'm going to wear it proudly. The Goodwill Adam Simber jersey. And yes, I am not afraid to buy jerseys at Goodwill. Not afraid at all. Although, I don't know if you guys saw this. I gotta go back and show you this. Where is it here? Where is it? We ended off trivia on Thursday with Charles, and I wanted to end off with a Dave Steeb question. And so I picked, what can I put for a final Dave Steeb question? I've asked so many Dave Steeb questions so far. And I thought, you know what? Let's look up his memorabilia. How much is something that Dave Steeb has signed worth? And so I found this on eBay, and this was our last trivia question Thursday. How much this jersey is selling for on eBay? Look at this magnificence. I'm not going to find this at Goodwill. I don't think I will. You know, when players sign things, it's usually their name and their number. Steeb signed this with a little notation. No hitter, September 2nd, 1990, and then he put 7-time All-Star. Dave Steeb. What a jersey. Like, so unique. I don't know how many of those he's done that way, but even writing it on the 37, on the 7 part, pretty cool, because otherwise it would get lost in the blue and there's not really any other place to write it. But yeah, this was the question. How much this jersey is selling for on eBay? Now, mind you, it's Canadian dollars. So it's probably like 400 American or 370 American. But yeah, ships everywhere in the world, and $495. There are people out there that go to shows, get autographs, sell merchandise like this, but I just thought that's a magnificent piece of merchandise. I mean, once you buy because I would have to get like a photo frame. I would have to get some sort of jersey frame. I would just not hang it on the wall. It'd be like in one of those shadow boxes. And those are like at Michael's here. Those are probably $150. So that's an expensive piece to put on the back wall. That's for sure. But one day, Steeb, I will have an autograph something of yours to show off. So where did that come? Oh yeah, that came from talking about Adam Simber. Yeah. Thank you, Adam. But that was a cool trivia question to end off the show, or the trivia from Thursday. Because yeah, we're not doing any more Hawk reports. The Hawk report is done because Twipped is done. No more Twip shows. Still going to be the Tuesday Treasure Trove for a couple more weeks. So D Block and I are still going to analyze the Tuesday cards on my Tuesday show. So if you enjoy the roundtable I have with D Block, we're still going to do that for a couple more weeks. But no more TWIP, so no more Hawk. And I don't know if I'll do one next version because I don't know when TWIP is going to be on. They've been on at night before. This year they were on at noon. Who knows if they move to a Sunday, a Friday, a Tuesday? I don't know. That hasn't been announced yet. So I can't say for sure there'll be a Hawk report because it all depends on the timing when they do their show. And I kind of like doing it right after because the cards are freshly out. Doing it 3 days later is I don't know. Not as impactful, I don't think. What was I doing? Selling cards. Show duplicates. Show live cards. Tag, sell, done. Card sold. Good. So that should get me through a few more packs. Cubs fan Steve says about 367 US. Well, that's not bad. I mean, it goes to show the value of the dollar in Canada compared to the US. So that's about $130 difference. Whew. Yeah, no, yeah. I talk about you guys being in the dog pound when you follow and subscribe. I would literally be in the dog pound if my wife saw that on the credit card. Be like, was it you that bought this sports stuff for $500? Be like, yeah. You might not see me for a few days after that. What am I doing here? Oh yeah, we're opening packs. No, I don't want that. What am I doing? Get out of here, Lap. I'm not entering tournaments. I'm opening packs. You guys got me distracted talking about Dave Steeb. The game crashed. Did it? Did it crash? It crashed. Okay, let's load it back up. While I waited for it to load, instead of seeing me, we'll show you wonderfulness. Wonderfulness. Is that a word? Wonderfulness? Totally worth it. I agree. I was trying to talk to my wife and saying, sweetie, it's part of my identity. I can hang it up in the back. I can kiss it once in a while. I can hug it. She says, well, you don't hug me. So that I kind of lost my case right there. Lap, next time think before you speak, or at least mute yourself before you talk to your wife. Okay, I think we're good here. Good, we're good. Back into the game. I know, but she'll say, yeah, so are all those other action figures you have up in the attic. They were investments too. I kind of lost my investment card. So are all those hockey cards you have in boxes in the basement. Those are investments. All those limited edition LPs that you bought and DVDs, Betamax, those are limited. Those are investments, I thought. So you can only push investments so far, especially the later on you get in life and when you retire and the dollar becomes a little more important when you retire. It's you don't have that disposable income as much. Okay, where are we? Opening packs. We'll be rating over to the one, the only Tesuigi in about 40 minutes. Oh, we got our first PT Elite. Of course, it's going to be synchronicity now to open up a Dave Steeb card. You know Dave Steeb is coming. You know it. We're going to see the bronze or the silver, maybe the perfect. He could probably come back and pitch now for like Detroit. He'd probably be number 5 on Detroit's roster right now. Nothing against Detroit, but if he wants a higher spot in the rotation, then Oakland should sign him. I mean, I think he just turned 65 years old, so he can still probably throw a good splitter. You know what, Ryan? I did invest a lot into 90s cards, but then very shortly after, I realized they were overproduced and cards from the 1990s aren't worth much. Fortunately, though, I was a teenager in the 80s, and I did buy a lot of cards in the 80s. So those ones I do have either in little plastic cases or in sleeves and binders. But yeah, I do have a bunch of binders, and not only hockey cards, but I used to collect like TV show cards too when they come out. Anything in a wax pack was pretty cool to collect. So I got a bunch of those too. They're investments. One day they will pay off. Maybe not for me, but one day they will be worth more than the 25 cents they're on. But some of those 90s hockey card sets were just, they're garbage. They're wallpaper. They're worth nothing. And now it's all about the unique one of one. It's all about the patch card, the auto card, the redemption card. And I hate that about the sports card industry. Give me back the bubble gum and just regular cards. It's so, don't get me onto packs today. I haven't bought a pack of cards in a long time. The last packs I bought were right here. Tim Hortons hockey card packs. There you go. And even in here, they have some special cards that you can get. And some of these go for, a few dollars. But these are the last ones because when I got a coffee at Tim Hortons for $1, you could get one of these packs. So I have a bunch of these lying around. But other than that, here's what some of them look like. We opened a couple of these on our hockey stream a couple months ago. There's that one. This one here. So nothing fancy, but, and of course we're in Canada, so it has to be in English and French for the text on the back. So yeah, I haven't bought a lot of packs recently. I don't know. I can see how it'd be very addicting because you're looking for that one of one. You're looking for that rare card, like that Babe Ruth autograph that is in the, I don't know, what it's Panini or Topps. There is, I think, a Babe Ruth Shohei Ohtani card, a hitting one and a pitching one. So they made 2 cards with Babe Ruth's autograph and with Ohtani's autograph. One was them as pitchers and one was them as hitters. And both have been open so far, and they're probably going to go for like $100,000 each. And that's the addictive part of it is people see that and they see how much money. It's like a lottery ticket. You buy lottery tickets thinking you're going to win the $1 million. That's what these sports cards have become now. They become lottery tickets. And if you buy them in moderation, if you're able to control your spending on them, that's fine. But if you go out and it's the next pack, it's the next pack, it's the next pack, and you're always running to Target buying these cards or buying the hobby boxes, thinking you're going to pull that Babe Ruth and Ohtani, there are more losers than winners in the pack opening business. And you know what kind of bothers me too? But I mean, I'm nothing against them personally, but all these streamers that rip packs. Like they buy cases and cases and cases of packs, and then they sell teams, I think. So it'll be like, okay, I've got a box of 2024 baseball. Who wants to buy my Yankees cards? And so any good Yankee card you get goes to whoever bought that slot for the Yankees. I don't know. I mean, all the power to them. But when you see all these streamers, these big companies and streamers that buy cases and cases and cases, and they get all the good cards, whereas the little guy that goes out and buys a pack here and there rarely gets those cards. It takes the fun out of it. It just takes the fun out of it. But that's just my opinion. Because I collected back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s when those kind of things weren't part of the collecting industry. Everyone had the same chance to get every card, and you paid 25 cents for a pack. You got a piece of bubble gum. So the worst case scenario is you got to blow bubbles for 5 minutes because that bubble gum became pretty stale pretty quickly. I remember like opening like 10 packs of OPP hockey cards and shoving all 10 pieces of gum and go, and man, it tasted good for about a minute. And after that, you wanted to get rid of it. Scott Rowland. Okay, we got to increase the speed here because I want to make sure we finish in the next half hour. And we also want to look back on the bounty and the pop-up. If you need a Kim card, 233. In real life, best pull? Well, it would be any of the cards from the late 70s, early 80s. Whether it's a Messier, Gretzky, something like that. Nothing recently. And back in those days, you didn't take care of your cards. They didn't have plastic covers and sleeves and binders to put them in. So you put them in your bike spokes. You put them on your desk at school. You drew mustaches on the players. I mean, if I could go back now, I'd love to go to, Woodward's and Woolco and go to the toy shelf when the Star Wars cards or Star Wars sets came out, right? Those, who made them? Mattel, Kenner made all those Star Wars little plastic figures. You imagine going in now? And that ruins it too. When guys go into a Target and they buy up all the product, like there's 10 cases of cards or 10 boxes of cards, of Pokemon cards, and they buy up every single one. And then there's a little kid that comes along and there's none to buy because one guy just spent $5,000 on them at GameStop. I've seen videos. People post those on TikTok and stuff where they go into a GameStop and they buy all the Pokemon cards. And they're happy and they laugh and then they go home and they rip them. Well, what about the little kid that's coming in and he wants one pack to put in his bike spokes and there's none there? I don't know. There's Laps Rant for today. Wow, look at that. We got Wally Joyner, and this must be a new card. Why does everyone want him? Is it for tournaments or is it for missions? Pete Mickelson. Wow, that's an expensive iron. I hope the market, great days, happy people. Good to see you. I hope the market does change, although I don't see it changing because things are going NFT and crypto, which I don't like as well. I will not buy any kind of NFT product. I think that's it's a dangerous path to put your money in, NFTs, something that's not in your hand that can just disappear like that. But I'm old. I'm not into, I don't mind, crypto a little bit. I mean, sure, you should diversify. You should get some silver. You should get some gold. You should have some crypto. You should have some stocks. You should have, platinum. You should have copper. You should have, you should diversify. If you put your money all into one thing, Ooh, this guy's worth quite a bit too. Justin Ruggiano, maybe the best center fielder in bronze right now. I added him to my team last night. I paid what I pay for him? 3,000. So you know what? I'm going to offer him to you guys for because I paid 3,000 last night. I'm going to offer him to you for that if you need him. Cheapest on the market. Agree with me about what, Chess, about investing or about crypto or about cards or about both? I mean, people, your money's your money. You invest it how you want to invest it. But for me, I like to diversify. If I lose out on one thing, if the stock market crashed, well, I've got some gold and silver. If the gold market crashed, well, I've got my stock market. If both crash, well, I got a little bit of crypto. I'd rather gamble small in a bunch of things than gamble big into one thing. Yeah, well, we're from a different time, and that's why I really love you guys that are older and as old as me or older than me or around my age because we see things from a similar worldview. We see things from a similar perspective. We grew up relatively around that same period of time where things were different. It's like people that grew up in the 30s and 40s, share a common bond of living through the Depression and having to watch the suffering and those kind of things. They agree on a lot of things. While we grew up in the 60s, 70s, 80s, times were much different. We didn't have the virtual, we didn't have the internet, we didn't have the cell phones, we didn't have the crypto, we didn't have the NFTs. And again, not that all those things are bad. I'm absolutely not saying that. It's a different world out there, and we have to adjust to that different world. But we also have some wisdom, I would think. We've experienced different things in our life that the younger generations have not experienced. And so I would like to think that some of that wisdom is absorbed by some people and at least makes them think about certain things. But in the end, you do what you want to do with investing and money and all that other kind of stuff. But I like the physical aspect and I like to dabble in a bunch of things, including the new stuff. I think we're going to a digital dollar. I don't think we're going to avoid a digital dollar. I don't think we're going to ever get rid of physical money. I think that would be a shame to get rid of all physical money. But we see so many people using debit, using Apple Pay, using tap, 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 tap here, tap there, do a dance, turn around and tap, tap, tap to get your product. We're continuing to go down that path. So physical money, dollars, coins, I don't think they'll completely be gone, but at the same time, I think we're going to slowly get away from them. But it might take 50, 60 years to get to that point. I don't know. All right. What do I want? I want only duplicates. I want only live cards, and I want to sell these off. There are a few places around here that don't take physical currency, and the reasoning they give is because they don't want cash in the store on hand to make it easier to rob. And so if a thief knows that this place doesn't deal with physical currency, they're not going to go rob it. And I do see that point. I mean, on the safety side of things, it's much easier for both the customer and the business to deal in non-cash, non-physical cash. But at the same time, there's always, something nice about having a few dirty quarters in your pocket when you need them, or that shopping cart, or that little kid that you want to put in his piggy bank. Hard to put virtual things. Where's the tap on your piggy bank? Where is it? All right. I mean, as I showed you, I would a million times over have something like this for $400 than something like an animated drawing of an ape with a gold chain missing two teeth for $10,000. But that's me. Okay, we are on silver packs now. Are you retiring, Fizzy? Are you retiring? Why would I hate you, Fizzy? I would never hate you. I never I don't have a hate bone in my body for people that make their own decisions. No, absolutely not. But just like chess, and I'm sure just like other people, they want to try and give advice along the way, whether it's right or wrong. That's for the listener to decipher and to process. Believe me, I've been wrong many times on advice I've given, but I've also been right a few times. The toothless ape is going to buy you. Well, and that's the thing. Again, people are trying to hit the jackpot. They're trying to win the lottery with these and, spend $1 million. I think Justin Bieber, like a lot of celebrities, buy these NFTs, and a lot of them have just tanked in value since they bought them a couple years ago. Like just less than 50% of what they paid for them. And that's the same in the sports card industry. I never understand why a sports card, unless it's a Babe Ruth, something extremely rare. But let's say an Otani card comes out, is a one of one with his autograph and a piece of his hair strand. I don't know what they put on cards these days. But why are you paying $100,000 for that card when he's still playing baseball? And when he look at this, the game is rewarding me, and we have a perfect. See, the game says lap. Okay, you've gone too far. You're dissing Otani. I'm telling you, if I pull in Otani, if this is Otani, we're giving away 5 packs right here, right now. And if it's the elite Otani, we're giving away 10. I'm doing it. Call your flop. I'm calling live Mike Trout. What do you guys think? What is under the curtain? Is it an NFT? Is it a piece of gold? Is it grandma's blanket that she quilted? See, why isn't grandma's blanket that she quilted back in 1963? Why isn't that worth $100,000? But a piece of cardboard with some guy's signature on is. Anyone want to buy a, here we'll go like this. Just take a screenshot. All right. Any NFTs you want to make of that? I want 50%. 50% right off the top. If you sell any of those NFTs, 50% to lap. And then I'm buying that Dave Steve because it's worth more than those NFTs. Here we go. Let's flip it. We got Immortals. We got Acuna. We got Concepcion, Betts, Trout. I'm calling live Mike Trout. Don't give me that Diaz mojo. Diaz, I saw a Dishnet pull Diaz last night. I do not want that mojo. Okay, show me Mike Trout. Garrett Cole. No one pulled Cole. Okay, we will continue on. So we're still looking for a premium pack, and we're looking for one of the legends. We have not got either yet. We've got about 50 packs left to go. So timing is good. And I will take that 20,000 Garrett Cole. I would have liked to pull him when the live missions came out about a month ago, and all those live cards were like Freddie Freeman was like $90,000 for a live Freddie Freeman. I think he was probably the highest when those PT Elite missions came out. Where's my 3 gold? Come on, give me my 3 gold or better. We got a diamond. Can we get another immortal? No, but we do get a cub. So I was close because our immortal was a cub, and now we got another cub. Diamond again in a silver pack. Mr. Lindor. That being said, the odd time, I still may buy a pack of hockey cards or a pack of baseball cards. Not so much to try and hit the jackpot, but just to open a pack. It's like opening packs on Perfect Team, right? There's a little bit of an adrenaline rush that you get. My, how this card has come down. 133 if you're still short of Jackie Robinson silver. Ken Williams. So we're into the silver packs now. I don't know if we'll get into gold packs. I had a lot more standard than I thought. Ken Williams on the card shop. Another diamond. We are hitting diamonds. Unfortunately, they're all live diamonds. But at this point, 4,000 is 4,000. Don't know how many people are playing the game competitively right now. With the cycle coming down, some people take a break between cycles. I've never really been playing the game competitively all year, though, to be honest. League-wise, I've never really been competing, other than maybe in theme teams a little bit. And in tournaments. Tournaments, I've been competing. I've been trying in tournaments. Jose Bautista, what do we want? 667? Come on, give me a Dave Stieb because I want to put him on the market for 495. Give me a Dave. The only Dave we don't have is, I think, Iron. No, Iron and Gold. There's no Gold Dave either. We did not get the rainbow. All right, we're pulling till 861, and then we're opening our 2 specialty packs. So we got about 20 packs to go. As speaking of gambling, we got 2 gold, not 3. You guys are gambling on roulette. Yeah, you can do slots, you can do roulette, you can do duels, you can do the Michael Waka shuffle. Well, you can't do that one, but you can do duels, roulette for your stream elements points. These aren't for your helm biscuits, for your stream elements. You just go exclamation duel space and then the username you want to duel and how many points. So you'd go exclamation duel space Cavacom space 50. And then the person you're dueling accepts it or does not accept it. And then you can do slots and you can do roulette too. There might be a little bit of a timeout between how often you can do it. And Teddy O, he wins and he loses. He's chasing his money, folks. Teddy O is in the house. So we got to give the Teddy O the Hound Dog special. For re-upping his subscription recently, this one is Teddy O.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. No, you ain't ever caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine.
There you go. Good luck in your slots there, Teddy. Okay. Game, you're making me exit out, aren't you? We have 38 packs to go, and then our specialty packs. Was there a pink shirt? didn't even notice there. Was there a pink shirt on your slide there? Yes, all subscribers, the week that they subscribe, the following week, I do a little tribute to them on a slide that I usually show during the commercial breaks. Because if you're willing to give me a little bit of your support, I'm willing to put some time into celebrating you guys. So thank you to those that follow. Thanks to those that subscribe and help the hound out just a little bit more. And again, we got to sell some cards. I don't want to just mass out all my. This is how you can do it for new people too. If you ever want to sell some bulk cards, set up a filter. And on that filter, let's say you want to sell all your PT cards that have a value of less than or is less than 90. So that's all your gold and below. And then from there, you can kind of look and say, well, look at the last 10. Are there any that maybe I want to sell individually? You can do that. You can select only your duplicates. And you can even customize your filter even more. You can add other things to your filter and say, and I want something like the last 10 value is at least, and then you put in a number. So yeah, you can set up quite the filter for selling off cards. So I'm just going to sell a couple of these individually because they're still worth a little bit. That one. But I just don't have the time to. There needs to be a button that says like sell all. Like, I mean, I know you can select them individually, but where you can set prices. So if I want to go and say, okay, all these silver that are still worth something, if I could select them all like this and then sell and then put one price for all of them. And then all 7 of those sell for that price. But right now we'll tag them all, we'll sell them so that we have enough to open the remainder of our packs. Was there a duel and I missed it? Did it not work between UVM Caps and Fizz A? You did type accept. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm in the older generation. I don't understand how some of these tech things work. Captain Kegleg, what's the update on the Boston Bruins? Is it still 1-0 Boston? Do we have any update on the score or anyone that's watching the game? Two one for who? Boston or LA? I figured it'd be a low scoring game. Boston? All right. The good guys. Oh, Teddy O, you're a Boston fan too. Well, between the commish, myself, Teddy O, and Captain, we've got 4 Boston fans. When we have that tournament sandbox, we can have like Boston fans only tournament. And no, not just Red Sox, Boston Bruins fans. You can only draft Boston players. Brad Hand, that's a good card. We're opening 2 more, and then we got our specialty packs. 2 more. 1 more. And that is it. So we did not get a legend card yet. That was question number 1. And we did not get a pack with 3 gold or higher. That doesn't include the rainbow pack. So first we're going to go open up the spotty. Here's your last chance to get that pack with 3 gold or higher. I think it was 41, right? 41, where are you? That's where selecting certain packs would be nice. Or, ooh, there we go. Oh, caramba. Probably be easier just to open up all the packs behind it. Choice. There we go. Okay, we got our spotlight pack. Is it a legend? Legend. It is a gold. 31,000 for Jacob Wilson. Also got the Harry Drecker, the Alex Cobb, Dave Brain, the David Justice, and the Willie Bobo. All right, time for the rainbow pack. Just a regular rainbow. Will we get a legend there? Just not an all live rainbow. It should be at least 50-50. Like they're all perfect pack. Okay, let's try this again. Good. There it is. That was easy. All rainbow pack. An iron, Mike Hargrove. A bronze, Fred Luteris. A silver, Ron Mariciano. 2 historical, 1 live. Show me a live card. Show me a live card. Show me. Well, the break's going to kick in a couple seconds. We can't show it in case it's something spectacular. We'll be back. Open up our perfect in 2 minutes' time. Ooh, come on. Come on. All right, we are back again. We will be raiding over to Testawiji in about 10 minutes time. So Testawiji, if you're within listening range and you're still going on today, we're going to wrap this up. We're on our last pack, and then we're going to check in on the tournaments, the pop-up tournament, and the bounty is canceled. The bounty is not on. It's weird. The bounty is usually we fill that up within a couple minutes. We had a lot of people here after the raid, but we could not fill that up. So no bounty today because it's only at 5 or 6 people. And again, if you want to place your bets, will I pull a live or a historical? These are for Helm Biscuits. These are more precious than the Stream Elements points. You're not playing for your dual points here. You're playing for Helm Biscuits against each other. So if you want to bet on a live or a perfect or a live or historical, there you go. Place your bets. Use your Helm Biscuits to place a bet. And again, you can cash those in. A lot of different things you can cash those in on. You can go to the little Helm Biscuit icon underneath the chat there. Click on that, and it'll show you all the redemptions that you have for Helm Biscuits. And we'll change those up from time to time. Sometimes I turn them off if I have guests on, just to not to disrupt things. And yeah, there you go. Timer is about to run out. We got a perfect card waiting. Historical or live. All right. It is in. It is in. Let's go check out what people are thinking. 93% going historical. 5,000 points. Best bet on historical by 3 different people. 6 people betting a lot lower on the live. So you 6 individuals, if this is a live, you could be sharing in the losing fortunes of the 5,000. Okay, let's see. Here we go. I called the live gold. I called the live diamond. I am calling a live historical perfect. Here we go. Steve. Oh, the bad mojo. Chess Safari called it earlier. I think he called this guy. Oh, I think that's the same one Dish pulled yesterday. So the lives will win out on that one. It is a live perfect. We will complete the prediction. I think complete. There we go. Prediction result is live. Who cashed in on that one? How much did you make? Because I can't see it here, I don't think. Let's see. Summary. Points won by Teddy O. He invested 150 and he got almost 2,000. Cubs fan Steve got about 1,500. Fizz A only put in 80 Helm Biscuits and he got over 1,000. Guanxious got over 500. Tony Napkins got over 100. And Sean, with his 10 Helm Biscuit investment, pulled in 133. Congrats. All right, there is our pack pulling. So now we got to go and figure out who our winner is. Before we look at our winner, again, bounty is canceled. So fill your bounty team with whoever you want. There's only 6 out of 16. That's a shame. That's the floppiest bounty we've ever had. 6 people, and one of them is me. Let's check in on the affiliates gone wild. When the screen is green, that means go. We must be into round 4 by now, I'm thinking. Here we are. Don't get salty with me. Laptop Hound wins round 1 4-0. Wins in dramatic style game 7 4-3 over the Tanks and takes on the Toledo Mudhens and defeats them 4-2. Lap has moved into the round of 2, 4, 8, 32. which means I'm guaranteed at least 2 historical gold packs. Woo! I'm up against the red spot. Oh, okay. I played 6 games. How many did they play? So 4-1, 3-1, 8-5, 6-5, 4-2, and then 3-2. Nothing hugely dramatic there. So now I play. We will find them. Find my team. That might be easier. And then go up 1, down 1. So they went 6 games as well. So both of us had a 1 game layover before our tournament. Let's go check on the pitching. Not too bad for pitching. And I forget who I'm playing now. What's their first name? S's, right? I think it started with an S. Nope. Nope. M. Started with an M. I know I could click on their name, but I just like accessing it this way. Let's see what they have. I'm starting with Clevenger again, starting game 1. They've got Cade Cavalli starting game 1. They got a few more tired pitchers there. Hitting, everyone is rested. That is good. And for them hitting, they are good as well. Okay, round number 4 about to get underway. Check one more thing about their pitching. Halliday, Kershaw. Ooh, they got the immortal. They took a pitcher with, that's a good move, I think. Taking a pitcher with your perfect. He only has 1 loss. So in round number 4, who do we have? We've got the Matata up against the Murder Hornets. We got the Boston Red Sox up against the Clouddale Wonderbolts, one of our 5L teams that I see quite often. Also, our 5L Wisconsin Winter going up against the Arsenals, the Grays and Traders, the Railroaders and Grizzlies, the Mumblers. That's not my team, folks. It's not. I do not have an alt called the Mumblers. And the Hot Dogs, Washington baseball team up against the Bluffs, the Spiders and the Kings, Porcello and Eagles, the Melodies and Donuts, Chatham and West Valley, the Warriors and Projects, Clowns up against the Atlantics. Oh, Don't Cut the D Block Dragon is still alive with his Cavabet Iron going up against Hama Hama and the non-offensive baseball team against Trenton. So we're not seeing some of these big teams that we see in Perfect League week in and week out. It's a bunch of, regular everyday teams that are part of the final 32. So good luck. How's my Halliday doing? See, I tried something different. I put Halliday in the number 2 slot because I didn't want him going up against a Warren Spahn or a Cy Young in game 1. So I started him as my number 2 starter and seems to be working out okay so far. I went with Contreras as my number 1 guy. Hitting wise, let's take a look on the mandatory players. Kenji hitting 365. Tetsuiji's Kenji hitting 365. Oh, great call. Ryan Friel knocked in the game-winning run in Game 7 of round 2 for me. He's hitting under 100. But you'll always be remembered for that Game 7 walk-off. Who else was mandatory? Mike Lowell hitting 486. Yukarin Kazami's Mike Lowell at 486. And finally, we've got Louis Gonzalez hitting 333. So some pretty good choices by the affiliates. All right, gang, time to present our winner from the contest. And no, they will not get the Dave Steve jersey. No, not that contest. Don't forget, tune in on Monday. Special drops, special guests, and special giveaways on Monday, running from noon till 5 Eastern Standard Time. You kind of need to be here the full time because I'm only on for 5 hours, and I think it takes at least 4 hours to get all 14 drops. So tune in if you can. Put it on if you're at work, in the vehicle, at home. Tune in for a special coverage of When Mullets Were Cool for Monday's show. Let's create our filter. Question number 1, will I get an immortal or will I get a legend? The answer is no. Got a bunch of people still alive. The first pack with a live gold was from an American League team. It was the Texas Rangers. We are down to music lessons, Kratos, Hulkamat, Captain Kegleg, Erie GM, and Wolfman. Next question. Let me double check it here. Question number 3. Which will come first, a historical Blue Jay or a historical Expo? It was an Expo, and only 7 chose that. So I think we might have our winner here. Faith in the Expos means that our winner, PJ 9248, PJ 9428, otherwise known on Twitch as Kratos 9248. Congratulations, you are the champion today. Let's give you a little bit of yellow highlighting there. Kratos, if you're still in the chat, congratulations. Let's close that off. Oh, sorry. Sorry, D Dempsey. Okay, sorry. Okay. There we go. Here we go. And we'll even give you a little bit of give you a little bit of music here.
All right. Yes.
How could we forget the World Series, Texas Rangers? Okay, I think that's going to do it for me, guys. Thanks again. A lot of people streaming today, and I'm glad you guys chose to hang out with me. We talked baseball cards, we talked NFTs, we talked investing, and we talked baseball and opened up a lot of packs. So stay tuned again on Monday. Hope you can join us with the guests and the giveaways and the special drops as we have wall-to-wall coverage of When Mullets Were Cool. Have a wonderful weekend. Going to take you over to Testawiji. Again, we're here for a good time, not a long time. So have a good time. It's the weekend. Have a good time. The sun can't shine every day. Laptop Hound. We'll see you next episode.
Isn't it a pity? And every year has a share of tears. Every now and then it's gotta rain. We're here for a good time, not a long time. So have a good time. The sun can't shine every day. We're here for a good time, not a long time. So have a good time. The sun can't shine every day. So have a good time. The sun can't shine every day.
All right, the after party, the after stream party, the lap is back for a few more minutes. If everyone is still around, if anyone is still around, then we're just going to check in on the laptop daily because we haven't done that today. And because I'm feeling like it's a Saturday, we need to celebrate and maybe just give out a random 5-packs in the after party. Most of the lights are off and most people have gone home, gone to another party. But you know what? For those of you that might still have me on here, let's do a 5-pack giveaway. Exclamation enter, exclamation ticket. There you go. Put it in the chat. We're going to hang here for about 10 minutes. And then if anyone's around, we'll award a winner. Let's go to the laptop daily. All right, I have been knocked out of the laptop daily. I have been knocked out by Potato. Potato 2001 has defeated me. The Hound got belted by a Potato. IBDB, why do you never enter in these tournaments? Come on. I want to see that IBDB team. It's been so long, I even forget your team now. Were you the Puyallup Vikings? What was the team you always used to enter in the bounties? You've gone on to bigger and better things. Mr. Competing for Perfect Team. How dare you compete for perfect team league play? Good to see you. It's always good to see you when you come in again. You are one of the OGs on the channel that we're here from the beginning, so it's glad to see you pop in once in a while. Puyallup Fair, right? You're the Puyallup Fair, not the Vikings. Weird, we got two teams from Puyallup. All right. So who is still alive in this tournament here? Tournament tree. The Thunder. The Immortal Dragons Thunder are up on Spores Detroiters. Spores Dachshunds, though, have beat the Chessmen. I always think that's Chess Safari's team, but no, it's Giant White Rabbit. We got Tiger Cubs, Michigan Wolves, who swept the Yankees. This is much easier to do it this way. We've got the Drifters over the Stalkers. The Yanni Yahi beat the Eagles. Makos beat George Carlin's Fussmucker team. The Bronze from D Block have beat the Monstars. Cubs fan Steve still hanging around. The Hoosman, though, has a 1-game lead on him. GT Sundown Sloths up against one. Been a while since EVC's been in this tournament, so he must be back in Wi-Fi range. EVC is back in, down 1 game. And D Dempsey taking on, we got a round table battle. D Dempsey taking on D Block. D versus D. We got double D action here. Halo's up 1 on the Pirates. Escape from New York taking on those Mumblers, and they beat them. Sword Guys took out the Otters. The Boise Bees and Brent's team took out the Manatees. Ezra up 1 game on the Tin Caps. And I lost, of course, to Potato. It's embarrassing losing to a Potato. So we are closing in on the end of round 2 here pretty quick. You Flat Earthers? Oh, yeah, you run the Flat Earthers too. Yeah, they got knocked out. They did get knocked out. So let's go and do our draft for tomorrow. By then we should see who's in round 3. Exclamation enter, exclamation ticket. If you want a chance at the after party, 5-game packs. You stumbled across me and you said, what the heck? Laps only got 3 viewers. Well, that I rated over in Tesuiji. I gave him the love. I gave him the virtual love. And now I'm back to look at the laptop tournament and to award 5 packs, and the game crashed. Jeez. Jeez, game. It's twice today. All right, let me put this up so my mug doesn't cover up the whole screen. Oh, the potato swept you, Cavacom, in the first round. And now they got by me. Those potato, talk about a hot potato. Whew. Hot potatoes are they're so hot. They should call themselves fries. Laptop Hound 2024 trademark. I've been taken over by Ezra Denny. Okay. Where are we? Laptop Daily. Yeah, we're going to draft the Laptop Daily. Then we'll go look at who the round 2 winners were. We'll leave you guys at there. I'm only here for, again, a few more minutes for the after party. As again, like to raid over at the right time to the affiliate. Asuiji with his baseball save going on. Still have a chance. I'm in the round of 32 now in the affiliates gone wild. So I've gone from 256 to 128 to 64 to 32. Along with a few other familiar names are still part of the affiliates gone wild tournament. So while that's loading up, let's go show you what this tournament is looking like for February. As I showed earlier, big shout out to the Llamas and Music Lessons who won 2 in a row the last 2 days. They've been eliminated today, I think, so they can't three-peat. But they took out Chess Safari and they took out Cavacom and D-Block over the last couple of days. So really good showing by Music Lessons. And that means our current up-to-date standings are Portland Llamas have 10 points. Warbots escaped from New York at 9. The Mill Basin Yankees at 8. Cava, with his first and second place finish in February, has 7. Wildcat Bandit, GT Sundown at 7 apiece. And then the Thunder, the Wolves, and the Dugouts are at 6. So 20 packs for the overall winner, plus 5 packs from one of the random top 4 finishers. And right now we have 41 teams that have at least a top 4 finish. 41, including oops, that's too many has. Let me try that again. Including oh yeah, with my stream you get the sound effects and everything. Including the Pinedale Thunder. Yes. So if you're just tuning in after the commercial break, this is the after party. We're celebrating a Saturday. We're giving away 5 packs, exclamation ticket, exclamation enter. We're only going to be here for about 10 more minutes and showing off the February leaderboard. Llamas, Warbot, Yankees, Cavacom, Wildcat, GT, Tiger Cub, D-Block, all part of the top 10 so far. There you go. Where's my game? Where is it? Did it crash for the 3rd time? It did. All right. Are you going through football withdrawal? It's always strange after the football season ends and on a Saturday, Sunday, you don't have that football to watch. I'm not a huge football fan, so it doesn't affect me. It just means more hockey on the weekends. And that means more wrestling coverage by Cavacom now that there's no football on the weekends. Time to draft the team. Potato is not going to get the best of me tomorrow. We're going to get limited edition cards. We're going to get new cards. Can't wait for that sandbox. The sandbox will be fun because then whenever we do a refresh with the tournament, with the new year, new ballpark, we can go and let's do an 8-person sandbox. Hey, 7 of you, let's get in here. Let's try out these cards and see which ones perform the best. Then we don't have to listen to those modelers out there. We don't have to listen to Warbot and Isadafo and all these modelers. We just go into the sandbox and try them out. No, we will still listen because they give excellent advice. Not a good start. Gava, tell me one of your types of players here. There's got to be at least one player that is a Cava type of player. You must know them off by heart by now. Yeah, Cava, I with your redemption, I did see that at the very end. I think it was on the Hawk Report. We were just kind of winding down. So I refunded your Helm Biscuits for that one. And for this one too, I'm going to refund your Helm Biscuits. I'm going to wait until there's a bigger audience because this is the after stream show. So I'll give you those back and then I'll catch it next time when we have a bigger audience. But you know what? For a free, here's a free one for you. Compliment an OOTP streamer or staff member. Cavacom has come onto the scene as one of the OG OOTP streamers out there. He's been streaming for a very long time. He also streams wrestling content. He also wears a lot of Blue Jays paraphernalia, whether they're hats, whether they're t-shirts. He has an engaging chat. He has contests with Call Your Flop. He likes to do the Call Your Flop. And does this guy like to open packs slowly? Oh, yeah. He opens card by card. You get to see every precious card show up one by one. And redemption? Oh, you want to redeem for some sound effects, for some music, for shaving the beard, for a multitude of other things. Catch Cavacom, our newest affiliate streamer, still the baby of the family. Catch him Sundays for really cool action, whether it's OOTP 24 or OOTP 23. Cavacom, his ghost ships, his Twitch drops, they have you covered. Catch Cavacom Sunday mornings right here on Twitch TV. There you go. There's a free one for you. Oh, now you got to tell me. Now you have to tell me which card to take. That was kind of a bribe. Yeah, Mr. Dynastic gets to be the voice of OOTP 25. I guess I just have too many mispronunciations to be qualified. Welcome in to the OOTP trailer. We have a sandbox. We have the tournament lab features. We've got new cards, new card art, and for the first time ever in OOTP, we have the Hall of Fame partnership where you will see plaques, you will see paraphernalia, you will see artifacts from Cooperstown. Catch it March 15th on Out of the Park Developments. Save 30% now and get a free NFT from Laptop Hound. Time limit expires soon. See, I only mispronounced 3 things there. Okay, we're going with Javier and Dink Mothel. Oh, did I miss McNulty? Oh, did I? Okay, Ray Ordonez and Johnny Dickshot. Ooh, there's a lot of good choices here. Oh, Doug DeSensei for sure. Maybe DeSensei and Dickshot. There's a lot. Or Lou. Maybe Lou. DeSensei and Lou. Yeah, great call. Almost missed DeSensei, who is the best batter in January. And check out the podcast. There's a new podcast put out by Out of the Park Developments where they give you a little bit of background into a little bit of insight into what's coming up in the new game. And they can tell you a little bit about the road to the new game. And again, congrats to Mr. Dynastic for taking on. He's going to be doing a lot of the intros, a lot of the little videos leading up to the new game. Of course, with a voice like that, you got to take advantage. And it's nice to see affiliates get a chance to do some of the promotion for Out of the Park Development. So shout out to the D. Granderson. Yeah, it was a really good podcast. I enjoy listening. Any interview Rich does is really enjoyable. He's got a great way to interview people. Comes off so natural, comes off just genuine. Maybe Will McInerney, I think. You're going to attempt to be an OOTP affiliate again, so Cavacom isn't the baby of the bunch. Did you used to what was your you must have been before I came around. Oh, I'm in trouble. Uh-oh. Why did you guys warn me? When did he sneak in? Darn it. Well, come on, D Block. You and I are still both in the 32. We're still in the affiliates gone wild. So we have that in common. And Cavill will even tell you that was a big round. There are a lot of good choices. How can you pass on Doug DeSensei, who is the best hitter in January, and Lou? You just can't. Dickshot will have his opportunity on Monday. We'll get a good look because there's going to be 256 Dickshots on Monday. We might have to put an R rating on our channel Monday because 256 Dickshots on Monday. We're going to get a really good idea of how that card plays. We got our own little sandbox. Great days, happy people. Is that Tranquil? No way. Is that you, Tranquil? Great days, happy people? It is. Well, there you go. Tranquil Farms, who sent me some cards I won. He opens cards on his stream, or he has cards on his stream. He sent me a few cards as a winner. Also sent me a little beanie to keep the ears warm over the winter. I remember that. I even had him interviewed him on the channel once. Tranquil Farms in the house. Wondering what happened to Tranquil. He was kind of like a Warbot streamer. He went hard and he went long every day almost. Okay, back to the stream, back to the game here. Who do we take? Eric Hinsky. I think we got to take Hinsky and Kel Eldred. There you go. See all the love coming your way, Tranquil Farms. People remember you. I just didn't recognize the name. Well, in Canada we do because it's cold, Cava. It's cold up here. Sledge and DeMoss. It figures I host an after party, and Cava and Tranquil Farm show up. It's like natural. After party? Oh, I'm in. Where's the free booze? There's no free booze here. Only coffee. For Mel and Elwood, I think we're taking here. Mike Avias and it's not Leon Wagner. Devo, I guess. We're drafting the Laptop Hound daily right now, in which we have a new overall leader for February, Music Lessons, who has won 2 in a row, is our new February leader. Warbot is in second. And then we have a group of people, including Cava, Don't Cut the D Block Dragon, GT Sundown, all hanging around just outside of the top 2. Jim, I've got 2 second basemen already, but I don't care. And Kana, you always do well in this tournament. John Means is on the team. Mike Blowers, third base. I'm already good at third base. Ramon Martinez. Yes, Monday, special show, special drops, lots of drops, some special guests. Tuesday, D Block will be back with me as we look at the newest treasure trove cards on Tuesday morning after Spore. All right, we'll just take a picture. Big Jeff Pfeffer, Bud Smith. And just because you guys just are little kids, Pete Lecoq, just to put a smile on your guys' dirty minds' faces. Adam Clymer, who won Game 7 for me in the pop-up today, guys. Game 7, round 2, Adam Clymer took the win, and Ryan Friel drove in the winning run in the bottom of the 11th inning of Game 7. And Brent Main. Simber, not Clymer, Simber and Maine. Peter. I swear, OOTP is trolling me with you guys in the chat. Johnny Dickshot, Pete Lecoq, Dink Mothel, and now we got Stubby Clap. Like what? No, like seriously. Come on. This. I'm going to give you guys a sad Sam Jones. We didn't get the Connie Rector, though, so it's not that kind of card pool. Okay, got one more catcher coming up. Will it be Jeff Mathis? We're going to gamble. I got 6-9 pitchers. I need one pitcher. I'm going to take Hugh Nickel because I need an outfielder, or Eric Davis. We'll go Eric Davis. And Jim Abbott, who is my last catcher. It is Jacob Stallings. And I think Dave Dravecki, right? Right, D-Block? Wasn't he a new card? He's a pretty good new card for an iron. Is that the guy I'm thinking of, Dave Dravecki? Although this Derek Dietrich. This is a Charles card. I don't think this is is this a Cava card too? With that power and eye? Bobby Witt. Oof. Bobby. Ouch. You're like a Ralph Bronca, but worse. My needs are a catcher, so that's why I got that one. And after that, it's pretty open. So I have a lot of players that can. I mean, I got Dink Mothel. He can play anywhere. So I don't need Jacob because I got Dink as a backup catcher. Yeah, I guess your message got denied there. It's giving me the option to deny or allow. I'm not going to do either. I'm not going to make that decision. I'm letting Twitch make that decision. All right, I'm going Dietrich. And I think we'll just go a defensive guy, Derek Hill. Now you'll never know what Attica was trying to say. Speaking of Attica, make sure you check out 1 week from today. I think, is it 1 week from today or 1 week from tomorrow? We'll talk more about it on Monday, but Attica's got a special stream coming up. You don't want to miss it. Let's see. Let's put in Mr. Black's lineup again, where he goes high intentional walk. I'm going to shout out Mr. Black, and we're going to go with the Mr. Black ratings. Yeah, it is exciting. Attica streaming. Can't wait. He's did a whole promotional poster, and he's eager, he's excited, he's got some great content to share with you guys, and also some other news he's going to share with you guys, but we will not spoil that. All right, one more time, exclamation enter, exclamation ticket for your chance at winning 5 packs on the after party show here. We're here for about 3 more minutes, and then we're going to make our draw. Let's go back to the laptop daily today, see how you guys are making out. Round 3 is underway. We've got Spore Charlotte Dashins playing the Pinedale Thunder. We got the Michigan Wolves playing the Deadwood Drifters. We got the Yanni Yahi. They're going up against the Monum Makos. We have Cavabet Bronze taking on the Hoosman's Dodgers. We got the Sundown Sloths taking on the Orleans Firebirds. California Halos taking on Escape from New York. We got the Waterton Sword guys taking on Brent from Boise and his Z's. And back in round 3, we've got Ezra and his Starfleet red shirts. They will be taking on the team that eliminated Cava, the team that eliminated myself. So will the Potato go on their all affiliate elimination venture? Yeah, that's all the Potato wants to do is eliminate affiliates. OOTP streamers. They took me out. They took Cava out, and now they have a chance to take out Ezra. And if they win, then they'll have a chance to take out possibly Warbot. And then they might have a chance to take out Sporer. So it's possible they could take out D Block, it's possible that Potato could wipe out streamer after streamer after streamer. And how do you guys get your packs if that happens? All right, here's our last break. We're coming back in 2 minutes to draw our winner for our random 5-pack after stream party. And then we're out of here for today. See you in 2. All right, here to close off the show and to make our draw. Before we make our draw again, one more time, if you missed it, OOTP Out of the Park Baseball 25 is ready for pre-order. If you're a Steam user like myself, you can wish list it and get it for the discount when the game drops on March the 15th. And if you pre-order it on the non-Steam version, you get to play it 3 days earlier. The final beta version you'll get to try out starting on March the 12th. Also, if you pre-order, you get a free gold pack, you get a diamond pack, you get an anniversary pack. And I'm really curious to see what those anniversary packs are going to be about. I would love it to be retro card art so we can see, the 2000 OOTP 20 Diamond Ty Cobb, use that exact same card art. I don't know what they plan on doing, but 3 free packs plus the loyalty bonuses for every version of the game you have purchased. You will get some free packs for your perfect team if you pre-order before March the 15th or during that launch week, I guess. Also, we've got some cool features. The Hall of Fame partnership that they have coming that Rich Grisham worked on for a long time to get that done. We've got a new development lab for those of you that play the base game. We have a sandbox where streamers can say, hey, let's do a quick sandbox with these criteria. Let's test it out. Great for our after Tuesday treasure trove. That'll be fun, D-Block, after the treasure trove, if we're able to quickly do a sandbox with people in chat with the new cards and to test them out. Not exactly sure what you'll be able to do in there, how limited it'll be. All the new rosters will be there, plus the updates, and much, much more to announce. You can catch the next announcement on February the 26th, Monday, February the 26th, our very own Dynastic will be hosting Marcus Heinsohn. What a great opportunity. I mean, to interview the man behind all of this, Marcus Heinsohn. He will be on with Dr. D on the YouTube channel, OOTP Developments. This will not be on Twitch. It'll be on YouTube, and it'll be a recorded version. It won't be live. So you'll be able to check that out Monday night on the 26th. Also, you'll get to see the release of the new trailer. Apparently, they have had Dynastic voice the trailer this year. So we're going to hear a lot of that voice in interviews, in trailers. He's part of the OOTPT. I don't know if it's like if he's an employee of them or just doing this as an affiliate. I have no clue, but he's taking on a bigger role definitely with Out of the Park Developments. Then on the 28th, 2 days later, another interview with the franchise mode. So Dynastic will be interviewing probably someone like Matt Walsh or someone that's involved on the dev team about the base game play. And then he'll be interviewing probably Rich Grisham, I'm guessing, to talk about the partnership with the Baseball Hall of Fame on March 6th. And then finally, what we are looking forward to, the new content, the new perfect team announcements will come on Monday, March the 11th with Paul Spohr, the content creator, director, will be on and introducing the new aspects. And there are some new, they did drop some hints in the podcast about what perfect team will look like. It will look different from this year. They didn't give many details, but they did say there will be some new things this year. They are going to allow you to play right out of the gates. So right on day one, you'll be able to create teams, participate in tournaments, win prizes right from day one. You will not have to wait until Monday of the following week to get into a league or things like that. I don't know what that looks like, but that's what came out on the podcast. And there will not be any Perfect Team Plus next year. You will not be able to subscribe for any kind of bonuses, ballparks, extra tournament slots, extra perfect points, discount on perfect points. That will not be part of OOTP 25 to start with. They did kind of hint that that doesn't mean they won't have extra features along the way, or that there won't be a subscription package later on. That's a possibility. But out of the gate, there is not going to be a Perfect Team Plus. Nothing about the, what do they call that? PT Live, where you get to use the live cards, like kind of, where you get points based on how players do in real life. No announcements on that, so we don't know if that's going to be back. And there'll also be some other pop-up streams throughout the next couple of weeks for more announcements. But I'm looking forward to it. The three things they did drop: the development is nice for base game players, the player development lab. The sandbox is a game changer for a lot of us that have been requesting that. And of course, the new screens like this, going to be a nice little cosmetic feature where we don't have to right click on a card or open up a profile. We can see the profiles right there when we open up a pack. And then you can open up the next pack, or you can back out and pick a different type of pack to open up. Remember, this is beta. This is not, possibly the final look at how these screens will look like. But if it is anything like that, that'll be amazing. As I said earlier, I would like to see a last 10 price on this page as well. So that would be nice. And I would like to see a pull down menu where you can pull down and say, okay, open diamond pack or open historical gold pack. I'd love to see that pull down menu where you could pick a specific pack to open up. But definitely looks better than what they had before. Other screenshots look fairly similar. Again, you get a lot of flexibility in which windows you want to show. And tournaments look fairly normal, look fairly similar to me in terms of how they show the playoff tree. So more to come over the next few weeks. $34.99 American, $45.49 Canadian if you pre-order, or if you want it on Steam, you can wish list it. But then you won't get the 3 days of beta version. And so you gotta make a call there. You want the Steam, or do you want to play the beta version 3 days earlier? It's come a long way, and yes, should be able to show which packs we open. Yes, our Jolly, if you're talking about the card opening pack, yeah. They have a few other screenshots too, but I mean, there'll probably be some new animations, which are always cool. They got the player lab where you can program your players. Hey, we want to train you for 5 weeks to improve your bunting drills, or we want to improve your 2-strike approach. But that is not in perfect team. That you cannot train your perfect team cards that way. So stay tuned. Lots of exciting things coming. I'm pumped. I'm excited to get into I'll be playing the beta version and showing some of that on stream like we did last year. So we'll get to kind of get an idea of what it's going to be like. But remember, they do make changes after the beta version. And another thing is this partnership with the Hall of Fame. I hope that, if we win a gold league, the game can make us one of those Hall of Fame plaques rather than the little buttons we get for our championships. How about a little plaque, like the Hall of Fame plaque with our logo on it, the year that we won, the league that we won. They have the ability to do things like that now because they'll have access to the plaques, to the exhibits, to the artifacts, of course, to all the players. I think Rich Grisham was the most excited about this on his podcast because he said he's been working on this for a long time. So check that out. And again, one more time, check out the Monday show special drops, special guests, and special giveaways for coverage of when the affiliates gone wild. All right, let's draw our winner here. Don't even know how many people entered. Probably not many because it's the after party. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. 5 entrants, exclamation enter, exclamation tickets. Your chance to win 5 standard packs. Will it be Zen Lunatic? Will it be Lord Christic? Will it be the D Blocker? Will it be the D Dempster? Will it be IBDB2U? Will it be Brent, who is still in the laptop daily with his Boise Bees? Will it be Cubs fan Steve, who just lost out, I think, in the previous round? We will find out in mere moments. The suspense. Oh, 1 out of 7 chance. We'll give you 20 seconds. Is there a podcast? Yes, Brent, before I do the draw here, I'll put it in the chat if you missed it. There it is for you, Brent. You can go and click that link, and that'll take you to this podcast page. And a couple days ago, Rich Grisham and Paul Spohr did a wonderful 1-hour podcast where they talk about the old game and they talk about the new game, and they give us a few hints about what we might expect. And they even mentioned the word Cavicom in there. Yeah. Cavicom was mentioned in the podcast. See, I did listen. Okay, let's go make that draw, and then we're out of here for the day. DishNet will be on. Don't forget, DishNet will be covering the PTMS, so you'll be able to get your drops from the OOTP channel later this afternoon. I don't know how far they are in the tournament. If anyone is in the PTMS right now, let us know where you are. What round are you in? Have you made the quarterfinals yet? Is it the semifinals? I have no clue because I'm not in the PTMS. All right, closing it off. Gave you guys the opportunities. Our winner of 5 standard packs goes to D Dempsey. D Dempsey 9411. Been quite the week. D Dempsey had his community request card filled with his Texas Ranger Derek Holland. So he got the Derek Holland card. He won 5 packs here, and he is still alive, I think, in the Laptop Daily. Yeah, the Firebirds are still alive in today's Laptop Daily. So congratulations, D Dempsey. Definitely have to get you and D Block on for another roundtable some Saturday for this version of the game. Maybe our final meta bronze brunch and our final meta iron lunch or dinner, whatever that one's called. We're going to have to do a final version of that. Not quite yet, because there's still some treasure trove cards coming out this week and next week. So maybe once the final cards are out there, we'll have to do our final 20 or 2000 OOTP 24 roundtable. Well, guys, that is officially it. The after party is over. I'm out of here. Lots of coverage coming up with DishNet. Spore is on right now. Tesuiji's on right now. PBE Sim is on right now. You got a lot of options. I'm not going to raid over to anyone else. I already raided to Tesuiji. Have a wonderful day. See you next episode.
Something